Russell Wilson. And it's just mind-blowing just to talk about him in full general because he's one to root for. I don't know if anybody else in the NFL has gotten more opportunities than Russ when you think, is he going to get another one? And now he's got another one. And it's with the Giants.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic. Is your AC ready for summer? Don't wait for the heat to hit. Weak airflow, warm air, strange noises. These are warning signs your AC needs attention. Our skilled technicians offer AC repair services or replacements to keep your family cool all summer long. Don't sweat it. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning has your back. Here to keep your home cool all summer. Visit onehour.com to schedule today. Financing options available.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
Well, you could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks. Choose natural healing.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our naturopathic doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit TalkNowAZ.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. As most of you might know, I'm a big fan of loyalty and longevity. I love companies based right here in Arizona that have been around doing some great things for a long, long time. And oh boy, has the Lund Mortgage Team done just that. In the mortgage game, they're one of the best. In fact, I think they are the best. And I've been telling people about the Lund Mortgage Team for decades now, and I'll continue to do that as long as they continue to take care of all our listeners, and they do that every single day. So you could be next. Call today, 623-875-9940. Look, the Lund Mortgage Team, they're mortgage brokers. That gives them the unique opportunity to shop your rate around. They've also been in business so long, they realize fees are not the most important thing. They keep those nice and low. Call today, 623-875-9940, whether it's a HELOC, whether it's a new home loan, refinance, you name it. They've got you covered. LundMortgage.com or call 623-875-9940.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
From the great Midwest of Manhattan, Kansas, to right here in the great desert Southwest, this is the Daily Blender, broadcasting live from the Harmon Solar Studios, beautiful uptown Scottsdale. And right over there, that is him, Triple H.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Randy.
My name is Randy White. Jeffrey O'Brien is on assignment today. And
Yes.
you are the fourth dimension, texting in at 888-368-1580. Lots to cover today here on the Daily Blender.
Oh, yeah, Randy. We got a
anyway,
lot to get down here.
The Joker had 60 last night. dude, and it was amazing.
You know what?
The Braves are struggling.
Yes.
The Diamondbacks are not struggling.
They are not struggling. That's right.
That's another series for the Diamondbacks.
That's right. They're going for the sweep today. Randy, for the sweep today. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm not going to jinx it.
Merrill Kelly on the hill today. 4:30
Yes.
Arizona time for the
Yes.
Diamondbacks and Yankees.
Statement game for the Diamondbacks. Not
Think
just
so?
a game,
You think
statement
so?
game.
This
I do.
early in the season?
I do. I mean, come on. Anytime you get a chance to sweep the Yankees, that's a statement game,
Oh,
Randy.
listen. Every time you play the Yankees, you want to sweep their ass.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Can we talk about some NFL first though? Because there's been some big news today.
Man, I hope so. Let's do it.
Some big
let's
news
talk
today.
some NFL.
So can I cue up the breaking news thing here, Randy?
Oh, you've got breaking news stuff?
Breaking? Well, it's a little bit. It's as of a couple hours ago, but for some dramatic effect.
This is breaking news.
The Arizona Cardinals this morning made tight end Trey McBride the highest paid tight end in NFL history. 4
What?
years, $76 million,
What?
43 million guaranteed, average of 19 million per year. Randy White, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh man, great move.
Yeah.
Lock up the guys, just like the Diamondbacks are doing to their studs, like they did yesterday.
Yep.
For Ketel Marte, the Cardinals following suit, locking up Trey McBride.
Right.
Clearly one of the best tight ends in NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Guy's got great hands. He's smart. He knows how to block. He's reliable. He's a big body, and I can't be happier than I am right now for the Arizona Cardinals. Good for them.
111 catches last year when Kyler Murray, I mean, he was the gadget guy. He was the guy who, when there wasn't anything open deep underneath, Trey McBride was always going to get open in that middle of the field, in that flat area. It's a great get for the Cardinals. Honestly, I mean, he deserves it. When you're that reliable and you catch 111 passes, that shows you've been relied on and you've been very good. He was always great at Colorado State. Big Trey McBride guy. It's a great addition.
I think that if the Diamondbacks can, or I'm sorry, if the Cardinals can score, in this upcoming draft, we're 20 days away, something like that.
We're getting near it. We are.
3 weeks away.
Yep,
something
about 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away, Randy.
And it's live from Green Bay, right? I mean,
it is.
Oh
it is.
What are they going to? Are they going to have it on the field?
I kind of like it. It's
You
a historic
do?
vibe.
Green Bay.
I do.
The hub of the Great North.
Yes.
What do you? I mean, how many people do you expect to be at this draft besides players and?
Well, it's going to be
NFL,
cold. You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if they broke the attendance record. I wouldn't be. That town.
Serious?
That town. Yeah, it's a risk to make it in Green Bay, but I think this is the NFL's way of showing we can go into any market. We can, no matter how small, like Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we'll figure it out. Like that's like the Packers, Lambeau Field. There's nothing like it in the NFL. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I have not been there, but I understand it is one of the meccas for all the NFL fans, the great NFL fans.
Speaking of the NFL draft, Randy, because I want to ask this question: the Cardinals now decide to extend Trey McBride.
Yes.
Does this impact their chances of taking a wide receiver in this year's draft?
Nah, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I think the way that Mr. Bidwell is approaching this, I think all avenues are open. Depending on what they can get, what kind of player will impact. I mean, clearly they've been spending money on free agents to come in here and kind of build up that defensive line.
Right.
Now let's see what they do in the draft offensively.
Right. Yeah. That'll be a huge. I mean, there's a bunch of good receivers in this draft. Luther Burden is one. I talked about him previously. A guy that Eli Drinkwitz, Missouri's head coach, talked about him that actually, according to Drinkwitz himself, refused to take some NIL money to have more of it for the team. Didn't explore the transfer portal one time.
Right.
I mean, this is a guy who could have easily gotten a bag from Ohio State or Alabama or Georgia, whoever, and decided to stay with Mizzou for less money. And so this is a team first guy. I would love it if the Cardinals took him. I think he's a game changer for them.
Well, I mean, it could be, and I think it'd be good for the Cardinals to get another
Right.
young receiver,
Right.
As somebody that can, be on the opposite side of the field from Junior, and I think it would be advantageous for this team to explore another offensive wide receiver weapon.
Yeah.
For Kyler Murray. Now, look, a lot of people, including myself, don't believe in Kyler Murray. I believed in him when he came here. I stuck by him when he came here.
Yep.
There was a lot of let's just say there was a lot of circus things going on with the Cardinals with the last administration.
Yeah.
However, I know that Kyler Murray is a very accurate passer.
Yeah.
He's an athletic guy.
Yeah.
And I think if you give him the weapons he needs, I think the Cardinals can be dangerous.
Yeah.
They have a running game.
Yeah.
Right?
They do.
So that's going to set up the passing game. They just locked up a world-class tight end.
Yep.
They've got Marvin Harrison Jr. on one side. Why not go get another guy on the other side?
And I think
right?
if you look at this Cardinals receiving core, you've got Zay Jones, you've got Marvin Harrison Jr., and you've got Michael Wilson. All of those guys are kind of big jump ball possession receivers. To get a speed guy, and I go back to Luther Burden again, to get a guy who's like sort of like Trey McBride, but he's going to be able to get some separation underneath. All these guys that I've talked about. Luther Burden? He's really quick. He's really, really, really fast. He's not necessarily, his size isn't necessarily jump at you like a Marvin Harrison Jr.'s does, but he's quick. He's great underneath. Missouri used him as a running back here and there as well. So he's very versatile.
He's got some heft to him.
He does. Yeah. Very, very good yak guy. So honestly, I think it would provide a lot of balance in the receiving core. That's how I see it.
Okay. So what do you think the Cardinals need to take the next step? You've seen it.
Yep.
They've been working on their defensive line. They've been working on the defense.
Yeah.
So if they get a receiver in the first round, what's going to happen in the second round for the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, honestly, corner is a position that I'm looking at here for them. And because their corners right now, as I look at it, Sean Murphy-Bunting and Max Melton are their corners. Now, a Budda Baker at free safety is great. That is awesome. But they may need some help out there. Now, there are a lot of guys you can look at here. You talk about Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame. He's a stud. Trey Amos from Ole Miss. These guys are locked down. This is a pretty good corner class. It's not necessarily top heavy outside of Travis Hunter, but there are some guys that they could easily get in the second round. So I personally, I know I'm not the GM, but looking at this Cardinals roster, and you asked me, what is the next step that the Cardinals need to take? I would say they need some help at that position. And there are some really good football players.
All right. So who do you recommend?
I would recommend Trey Amos from Ole Miss. Trey Amos was a stud for them. There's a reason Ole Miss's defense got so much better from last year than it did 2 years ago, and that's because of Trey Amos. I would say him. I would also say Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame is he was awesome in that UGA game in the
Wasn't
playoff.
he he's the maker of the paints, right? Benjamin Morrison paints.
Is that him? I didn't know he did.
Is that him?
I don't think so, but
paint your rooms with Benjamin Morrison paints.
Maybe he's just more than an on the field guy. He's an off
sort
the
of
field
an
guy too.
NIL thing, or
sort of a jack of all trades. It could be an NIL thing.
Well,
honestly,
I didn't know. I mean, I thought I heard the name Benjamin Morrison somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it does sounds really familiar. Huh? Maybe it could be a paint guy. I don't know.
Could be a paint guy.
Anyway,
I'm just saying. Anyway,
yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, Randy, you're never interrupting. I mean, that's something. Maybe if I need my room painted, I'm going to call Benjamin Morrison himself and say, "Hey,
there it is. See that?"
Especially if he goes to the Cardinals and they draft him, it's like, hey,
right?
Yeah.
Hey, Benjamin Morrison, come paint the control room.
Exactly.
It's that putrid green.
Oh yeah, it is. And I have the big Cardinals logo behind me, as you love.
Yeah.
As you see, I can move out. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah,
it right
that's a pennant thing that I put in the control room so many years ago. Jeffrey probably. I mean, I don't know who put it in there, but I donated it to the cause.
Yeah. Well, Jeffrey's a Colts guy. He's not a Cardinals guy.
No, he's not. Well, He is when the Cardinals are not playing the Colts.
Right. Well, his wife is also a Cardinals fan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Alex is she's a Cardinals fan.
Okay, that's. I see.
Mhm.
Well, in other news, the Raiders, to just go over some some NFL news here.
Raiders.
The Raiders extended Geno Smith 2 years, $85 million.
For Geno Smith?
For Geno Smith.
Worth it?
Well, it's interesting because the Raiders are at 5 in the NFL draft. So do they take Shador after extending Geno, giving him 2 years?
I don't think Shador drops to 5.
Because the Shador at Vegas rumors have been pretty chaotic on
Well,
Twitter.
I know they've been big, but I don't think Shador drops to 5. Do you? Come on. The Giants are ahead of them.
Yeah, this is true. Honestly,
Titans take Travis Hunter, and the Giants.
I hope you're right.
I
hope you're
think
right,
the
Mr.
Giants
White.
take Shador.
Really? I mean, that could happen. Well, the Browns even could take Shador. The Browns even. So maybe
Why would the Browns take Shador?
I mean, have you
The
seen
Browns
their
are not
quarterback
smart.
play?
They're not smart.
You see, a lot of Shador's been getting a lot of hate in the NFL draft process. I'm a big Shador guy because you look at Colorado's run game last year. You know, they averaged 2.5 yards per carry as a team.
I did know that. Yes,
They were
Mhm.
last in the
They had
FBS,
no running
Randy.
game. Yeah, they had no running game.
So you have to ask the question, why was that offense so good? And it is hard to be an efficient passing offense when you don't have a run game. Because now all of a sudden you're facing all of these hard zone coverages where you don't have guys sitting in the box. You don't have the open middle of the field. When the RPO happens, those linebackers ain't biting, man. They're going to stay out there in the middle of the field. So it's hard. And you know what? And Shador was great. So for that reason alone, I'm a big Shador guy. That's my 2 cents, Randy.
Is Shador as successful without his safety net, Travis Hunter?
You know, this is also a good question because have you seen Colorado these last 2 years with and without Travis Hunter? I think they have a losing record without him, like clearly.
Right.
So that could be, that's a fair argument. That's a fair argument, Randy.
And is Shador as good without Travis Hunter?
Yep. I mean, I don't know. Could you say that about, any quarterback wouldn't be as good without Travis Hunter, but how big is the drop off is what we're wondering.
Well, I mean, I could stand behind a decent offensive line,
right?
And
throw
the
the never
ball
had at
downfield,
Colorado, by the way.
right?
He never had that at Colorado.
I could throw the ball downfield. I mean, give me 3 or 4 seconds. I could throw the ball downfield. Shador could make 3 or 4 seconds behind that offensive line with his athleticism.
I'll tell you what,
that
Randy,
doesn't mean that he's a great quarterback.
Right.
It just means he knew where to put the football, and Travis went and got it.
I'll tell you what, Randy, you'd be tough to bring down. You'd be very tough to bring down.
I'd be easy right now.
What, really?
Oh my God.
What makes you say that?
A strong wind would take me down. Are you kidding me?
No way.
Right now?
No way.
In this time of my life?
Hey, I'm nimble, man. No one's getting me. It's a
Well,
matter.
no one's getting you now. Wait till you're 63.
I'm never getting old. I've convinced myself of it. I've convinced myself of it, man. It's never happening.
That's what we all say. Let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Moist One says Green Bay is only 4 hours from Minnesota and Chicago. What does that mean?
It means that fans will travel. That's what he's saying.
4 hours for the draft?
I think they could.
In Green Bay?
Oh, yeah. I think the NFL draft, man, it is the TV media.
You think so?
It's
become an event
they have
for
built
NFL
it into
fans?
a hype machine, man. The NFL draft was in Nashville one year, and it was crazy. It was nuts.
I remember when it was in Nashville.
Yeah. People,
But
of all
Nashville's
different
got,
fan bases.
what is it, Broad Street, where all the
Broadway, yeah.
Broadway,
Yep.
where all the bars are, that they have all the up and coming stars and acts.
Yes, all the Californians, they have been moving to Nashville. My parents are not too happy about that.
But this is not Nashville. This is Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is essentially
in
like
April.
a college town if you just threw an NFL team in it. That's what it seems like to me, which I love that.
The only thing in Green Bay is the cheese and the Packers. That's it.
Is that good enough, though?
No.
Really?
Not for me.
Really?
I live in Phoenix, Arizona. You think I'm going to buy a ticket to Green Bay, Wisconsin to go see the NFL draft?
Yeah. No, that's fair. But people
That
in
would be like
Minneapolis,
me
maybe.
saying, I'm going to go to Albuquerque for the NFL draft. I'm not going to Albuquerque. Hell no.
I've driven through Albuquerque, and it is. I mean, New Mexico is probably my lowest ranked state in the entire
I would agree
US.
with that.
It's the lowest. There's nothing. I mean, honestly, what does it have other than the land of enchantment? I don't feel
Well,
very
it's got
enchanted when I go there, though.
It has the Hatch Chili Festival.
Oh, would you travel for that?
No.
Really. In other NFL news, Randy, the Cowboys did something today. They traded.
What did they do?
They traded for Joe Milton from the Patriots. Remember the guy? The reason the Tennessee Football Titans have the first overall pick in the NFL draft. The sole reason is because Joe Milton, week 18 last year, balled out against the Bills. It was actually, according to Pro Football Focus, the highest rated game of the year for any quarterback. Take that however much you want. But anyway,
Joe Milton is a quarterback?
Joe Milton from the University of Tennessee, I'll say, was the backup. He wanted to be the starter for New England. He said he has aspirations of being a starter. From what I see here, the Patriots realized that they couldn't hold on to those ambitions much longer. Dallas is looking for a backup here. Randy, I'm gonna say something pretty bold here. I think one day.
Wait, let me start your. Let me get your
Okay,
theme
all right,
music
go
going.
for it. Go for it.
Hang on.
Pump me up
we go.
here.
Pump me up. Here he is. Triple H now with something to say.
All right, Mr. White. One day, Joe Milton will be the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
What?
Yep. Lock it in here, folks. Lock it in. I'm coming in with a machine gun, man, and I'm coming in here firing because I think this could easily happen.
Joe Milton,
the guy
will
we
be
saw
the starting quarterback someday
of the Dallas Cowboys. I believe it could happen.
You mean like everyday starting quarterback, or just fill in starting
he could be the
when
starter.
Dak is hurt?
I mean, he could end up being the starter if given the opportunity. I think it could happen. From what I saw with him, well, at Tennessee in college, he was all. I don't know if you've seen this guy. He was able to throw an orange like 110 yards throughout the entire field.
I mean, who
can you do that?
Who can't throw an orange 110 yards?
He hit it from one side of Neyland to the other, and it was crazy. You should check it out. I mean, now that I think about it, I could see you doing that.
I could. I mean, back in the day.
Yeah.
Probably not right now.
Okay. Right. Well,
but
anyway.
back in the day, I could throw an orange 110 yards easy.
Really?
Oh.
I don't know about 110.
Was it a navel orange, or was it one of those little cuties, or what kind of orange was it?
I think it was like in between the navel and one of those little cuties. It was like a pretty average sized orange.
An average sized orange. Can I throw it 110 yards? I can't do it now.
Yeah. Anyway, goes to say, I think Joe Milton can be the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys one day.
My God.
I think the Cowboys found a diamond in the rough here with him.
Are you serious?
I am
serious right now.
I am bullish on this guy. Yep.
So you think that Dak is going to go away? Are they going to trade Dak?
I never said that Dak would go away. I said
so you're saying that he's going to get so injured he can't play, and Milton is going to come in and take over, and suddenly Milton breaks all of Tom Brady's records and wins how many Super Bowls?
Seven.
Eight Super Bowls to outdo Tom Brady as the greatest quarterback in the modern era.
Who's the other quarterback that has been drafted round 6, pick 192 by the New England Patriots? Other than Joe Milton. Tom Brady. Coincidence? I don't know, Randy. I don't know.
So you're saying that the Cowboys, in some manner, have a way of formulating a process for these late round quarterbacks. Is that
my reason why I love Joe Milton here is because his arm talent is fantastic. He's always had potential and talent. And at Tennessee, wasn't able to quite put it together. He had glimpses. And against the Bills last year, I saw a guy that looked like he put it together. And that ceiling is astronomically high. That's all I'm saying. So Dallas found something here, I think.
A
Shockingly,
diamond in the rough.
a diamond in the rough. We'll call it.
Robert from Surprise on the text line at 888-368-1580 says, "Are you saying Kyler Murray has a lot of shortcomings?"
What do you mean by that? By the height, or do you mean just in general?
He's talking about the fourth dimension are always on.
They
Kyler
are.
Murray.
That's
about his
right.
height.
Yep, that they are.
A moist one just says Wyoming.
Oh, as worst state. Yeah, I've never been to Wyoming. I've always been curious. Always wanted to go up there, Randy. Always have.
I've been in. I have not been in Wyoming. I've been in Idaho.
Have you really?
Oh yeah.
What do you think of Idaho?
Oh, beautiful.
I have friends that live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
I've been
really
in,
they talk it up. I make fun of it. They talk it up.
I've been in Montana.
Oh, where Moist One is. Did you see Moist One?
No.
Oh, okay. You like Montana?
I was
too?
in the northern part of the state. Moist One, I think, is in the southern part of the state.
Montana has some nice golf courses, I've heard.
Well, I didn't play golf with. I went fishing up there.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard it has great
way
fishing.
up north. Actually, where I
Fly
was
fishing?
No, just regular fishing.
Oh, just regular.
Where
okay.
I was, you could see the Canadian border.
Really?
Way up north.
Oh, I was in I'll tell you what, I was in Washington.
No.
Washington State, not DC. And there's this area where you can literally hop from the US to Canada. It has like two arrows, like US and Canada, and you could like hop in between. How cool is that? US to Canada border, the least militarized border in the world. Fun fact. Fun fact.
Don't think die.
Interesting fact. Just kidding. Not. We won't say that. We won't say that.
Let's see here. Who is this? Bruno Baller. Don't forget that hot air balloon festival they have in Albuquerque every year.
Oh, do they really? I haven't been to it.
Chili Festival and then the hot air balloon festival.
That's like what's single-handedly carrying Albuquerque's economy. It's just the hot
Moist
air balloon
one.
festival.
Moist one says he's from Northwest Montana.
Northwest Montana. Okay. I don't really know it.
Moist one. I've been to Libby, Montana.
I don't know
Libby.
what that is.
That's like north.
Gosh, what's the
Might
capital?
be Northwest.
It's not Billings.
That's
where the biggest airport is, though.
Hmm.
I forget where I'll have to look that up.
Walter Mellon says, anyway, Randy was picking people off at second from his knees, throwing orange 110 yards, please. Well, I actually did have a pretty good gun in high school and thereafter.
Really?
When I played a little non-pro ball, I did.
Yeah. What'd you play? You play just men's leagues?
Oh yeah. When I got out of the high school, I was playing some non-pro ball with a bunch of guys that I played high school ball with. We entered this non-pro league. It was like a AA ball.
Got it. I see.
And I was playing catcher and first base.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
I hate first base.
Really?
Anyway,
you don't like first base?
No.
Huh. Interesting.
I was too fat for first base.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's been some guys. Prince Fielder was a first baseman, right?
He was.
Yeah, he was a first baseman. Pablo Sandoval.
Cecil Fielder.
Yeah. I saw those clips.
Yeah.
That kid looks like he's gonna be nuts. Yeah.
Hey, listen, let's take a break. We're underway here on the Thursday edition of the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. Call now. 800-575-8924. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8924. That's 800-575-8924. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Catch all the action of NCAA men's basketball, starting with the game of the week. Got it! Oh, wow. Man, conference and regional tournaments, NCAA tourney, March Madness, and the championship game live. Fires from three. Oh, he hit it! Don't miss a moment on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for March Madness.
Tonight at 5:45, when we sign off, it's the NCAA basketball championship game for the NIT. Then tomorrow, we will not be on the air here on the Daily Blender. Welcome back, by the way, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The Final Four for the ladies get underway. We are contractually obligated,
as Jeffrey says,
to have that. And then on Saturday, we've got the NCAA men's Final Four tournament games playing. That's after the Weekend Warriors from 10 until noon. Right. AIA from 8 till 10 on Saturday.
Got it.
Then Weekend Warriors.
Yeah.
Sunday, it's more NCAA men's basketball action. I'm sorry, not Sunday, Monday.
Monday, yes.
Monday,
yes.
It's the NCAA championship game at 4 o'clock. I don't think the Blender is on Monday. I'm pretty sure we're not.
Yeah, that is correct. Based on what I've seen from the calendar, that is correct.
Thursday of next week, the Masters. Live from Georgia.
Oh man, I love this time of year because we go right from March Madness right to the best part of golf. We go from, in my opinion, the best sporting event on earth to the pinnacle of golf. It is awesome.
Well,
Gosh,
I mean,
I love it.
I mean, anytime you can play at the Masters, it's a wonderful thing.
Very much so. I know my dad has been on the lottery to try to go because to get tickets to the Masters is like insanity. Like the odds of it is just so slim. He's been on the lottery and he hasn't been able to crack it for like 20 years.
We had a guy on the show here.
Yeah.
Our good friend Eric.
Okay.
He used to wear he used to wear a shirt from Augusta that said the Masters.
Oh. Okay.
Now I heard you're not supposed to wear that material unless you're actually at Augusta.
Really? So you can only wear it at Augusta.
Yeah, you're not supposed to wear the hats or the polo shirts or anything like that unless you're at Augusta.
I believe there's a house of someone that lives like right near the golf course. And the Masters has like tried to buy the house like numerously for like millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Wow.
And the person has said no. It's kind of like that. Have you driven by GCU before?
I have.
Okay, so do you know when you go in the campus that you see a bunch of buildings?
Yes.
And then you go in and randomly, you just see like 3 cows. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Really? So you know of the guy that has that house in the middle of GCU's campus, and GCU has offered and been like, hey, like we want to get this house and just continuously build around him. And he has said no.
Yeah, the guy's lived there forever.
So when you go in, I don't know how we got to this, but when you go into GCU's campus, you literally just see like all of these buildings and classes and students, and randomly like 4 cows just sitting there with this average looking house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to put that out there. Can we stay on golf? We're going to stay on golf for a moment because Randy,
are we? Okay.
It's a really interesting story. I'm gonna throw this right at you here. So Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, so government oriented, offered the PGA $1.5 billion to form a unified golf league. And the PGA said, no, to live golf, you can kick rocks.
Gee, I wonder why.
How about that, man? How about that? That is a lot of money to be turning down. I respect it. I respect it.
I do too, but I mean, there's a lot of talk, a lot of opinions out there about the NIL and not the NIL, the Public Investment Fund, the PIF.
Yes, the PIF
as being tied to terrorists and also
Yes.
being tied to human rights violations.
Yes.
Treating people brutally.
Yes.
Where it is at, and people don't want to be a part of that, and apparently the PGA does not.
And
want
could you? I mean,
be
I
a
think
part of that.
Yeah, which is like totally fair. Do you know? Could you imagine what golf would be if the Saudis took it? Like, what it would be like? Like, would there be a Masters? Would there be a U.S. Open? Would there be a British Open?
Oh, I'm sure there would be. Yeah.
Really? Even
Oh,
though, because all of these other, here's the thing that people don't understand is like, say the PIF buys the PGA. The Masters is actually not associated with the PGA. It's its own event.
It's its own entity. Yeah.
So if they were to say yes to a deal, they could buy it and Live Golf could become the thing. But the Masters could say, you know what? No, we're not going to do this. We're not going to partake with this.
Could be. Yeah.
That's a big possibility. So this is really, I think, hats off to the PGA here because they are really standing on their ground. Because golf in America could be greatly impacted and hurt by this.
Oh, it would be destroyed in America.
Yeah, it's already been damaged. It's already been damaged a little bit by some of the guys that have left. And to those guys, I say, Dustin Johnson actually had a great argument. I'd love to hear what you would say on this, Randy. But Dustin Johnson said, we play less and we get paid more. So it's basically like you work less, you get paid more. Why wouldn't you accept that?
Because I have morals, I've got standards.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do things for an entity that is known to be tied to terrorist extremist views.
Right.
I would choose not to do something but that's me. I'm not Dustin Johnson. I'm not Phil Mickelson. I'm not Brooks Koepka. I'm not, a lot of these other guys that took that money from the investment fund.
Yeah.
The PIF. I think.
Yeah. And Phil Mickelson was the guy that started the wave of it pretty much.
Well, yeah.
He was the first one.
He was one of the few.
Yeah.
One of the first few. Yeah. But when you have people like Phil Mickelson and Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, Patrick Reed, you have
Patrick Reed.
A lot of these guys that have become quote unquote champions in the PGA,
right?
And making this crossover to the PIF, to play golf. All right, nobody is hurt to see you go, because a lot of people, and I may be the only one saying this, but I feel like this is the consensus. Who cares about millionaires playing golf?
Yeah.
Who really cares?
Yep.
I mean, you want to go to, to Egypt to play golf? Good, see you.
Yeah.
We have our golf here in America. It's called the PGA.
Right.
And if you want to go over to Egypt, Middle East, or whatever, and play golf and get tens and hundreds of millions of dollars to play golf, well, see you.
Yeah, I think, an interesting thing to mention is Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Patrick Reed. All those guys you mentioned had won championships in majors previously. So Brooks Koepka won the Masters.
Sure.
I believe, U.S. Open, I know. Dustin Johnson won the Masters. So all these guys, Patrick Reed as well, all these guys are able to play in the Masters, not because of their PGA standing. You have to be a certain ranking in the PGA to play in the Masters. People don't understand that. But because if you win the Masters or any other major, you can come back and play in it. So these guys were like, oh, I'd still be able to play in majors and I'd be making more, working less, blah, blah, blah. So I wonder, people are always worried like, oh my gosh, Liv could take everybody. But playing in majors still thoroughly significantly matters to these people, which is great. And the only way to play in the Masters or the Open is you have to be ranked a certain spot in the PGA World Golf Rankings. And Liv does not associate with that.
Yet.
Yes. Big word. Key word there.
And I think that the PGA and the Live Golf are trying to do some sort of a unification where Live Golf needs the PGA. The PGA does not need Live Golf.
Elaborate on that.
Well, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods, all of these great names of golf today are still in the PGA.
Yes, this is true.
You don't hear, because they're having a hard time getting a TV. Now, I know they've got a TV contract this year.
Yeah.
With Fox. Is it Fox?
Live? Yeah.
I think it's Fox.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the first year they've had a major broadcast entity carry their golf tournaments. And I don't know how many people are watching them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The golf community here in the United States, okay, I'm just going to say, very snobbish. When you upset the apple cart, you kind of piss these people off, and they don't care about you anymore.
Oh, interesting. What makes you say this?
Well, these guys are people that are very cemented in their beliefs and in the way things have been. If you think baseball traditionalists are archaic and lost in the past and unwilling to give, you should go out to any golf course on any weekend and get a hold of one of these members and ask them about PGA versus Live.
I know people that have worked in golf courses even, and you want to talk about snobby people. Oh man, getting a rich old man at a golf course is the hardest person to please possible, because you have to make sure. I mean, I've gotten this from former friends. You have to make sure the greens are cut well, and if not, they will complain. They will figure out a way to complain. You have to make sure the rough is adequate, and all this other stuff. The sand has to be trapped, and all this stuff. So, man, it can be a tough crowd to please, Randy. It really can. Really
You're
can.
Right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yep.
And it's I think it's that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
That has stopped this. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Some of these people, a majority of these people that play on the weekends at your local course are PGA members. You see, you can be a PGA member. I can be a PGA member.
Yeah.
Just because we're members of the PGA doesn't mean we're touring professionals.
No. It's a lot of money too to play in some of these courts, like TPC Scottsdale. Have you ever? It's like $400.
I have not played there.
I have not played there either.
Yeah.
That would be that'd be a lot for me. I wouldn't be paying rent if I played there.
Well,
so I mean, there's that.
I think that's what's behind it, and unfortunately, that's the situation. I don't think this is ever going to be resolved. Period. The end. All right. So we talked a little golf, talked a little football. We got much more to talk about. We're going to 5:45 today, and it's the Daily Blender here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online, no medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/score. Ethos.com/score.
Sample Rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010.
That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com. Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Thursday edition of the Daily Blender. If you're a NASCAR fan, coming up this weekend, it's the Goodyear 400 live from Darlington. That's
Darlington. That's right. That's
Darlington,
right.
the lady in black.
Yes. Yes.
So that's 11 o'clock on Sunday. Don't forget, on Saturday, it's the NCAA Men's Hockey Championship starting at 4:15.
Okay.
The Frozen Four and all that business.
That's right. That's right.
And that's next Saturday. Sorry, not this Saturday. This Saturday, it's the Final Four, men's basketball.
That's right. That's right. I mean,
tomorrow we will not be on the air tomorrow. It's the women's Final Four, game 1 at 3, game 2 at 6.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It should be, honestly. Jay Billis had a quote that kind of went viral. He said this should be the most impressive Final Four in history.
For
the men's.
Oh, the men's.
The men's.
Because you have all the number ones, right?
You have all 4 number ones for only the second time to ever happen, to have all 4 1 seeds in the Final Four. Other time being 2008.
This is the only second time that all 4 number 1 seeds have played in the final.
Yes. That's correct. Only the
What
second
are you
time.
laughing at? Did I say it wrong?
No. You said it right. I don't know. It's just kind of the way you said it. I don't know why. Don't know. Yeah. No, I don't know. But yes.
That's why Jeffrey, that's why he drives the show.
Yeah. No, you know what, Randy? I think you're doing a fantastic job.
I get things screwed up all the time.
No, I don't think you do. You do a fantastic job. Yeah.
Thanks.
Wonder how Jeffrey's ear is. I hope he's doing all right.
Dodger Danny at 888-368-1580 says, no Jeffrey today. He's going to talk about the great Diamondbacks and how they're doing so far. Oh, wait. That's you, Randy. Hello, fellas. And always, let's go. I'm not going to say it.
Oh, Randy, we can talk.
I'm not going to say it, Danny.
No. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it.
I'm not going to say it because I can't wait for the Diamondbacks to line up against the Dodgers. Oh, boy, the Dodgers have played some real tough talent, haven't they?
Oh, I mean.
Oh, my God. They're what are they, 7-0 now? Who cares?
7-0.
Who have they played?
The Braves. Which the Braves, by the way, 0-7. 0-7 on the season.
The Bravos are in trouble. And it's only because they're missing some key pieces.
They are. This is true.
They're not hitting the ball, and they have no pitching.
No.
They have been somewhat competitive against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as a team, they're batting 137.
Yeah. 137. Oh, and a 5.1 ERA as a team, too. So
they're not going to win any games batting 137.
No, you're not. And one player coming back, like Acuna, isn't going to solve that whole thing.
Well, I mean, Acuna has fallen on some hard times. Remember, he got really hurt last year, had to have the ACL surgery.
Yeah.
And then he got into spring training and he got hurt again.
Yeah.
And so he's coming back from that injury.
Yeah.
Max Fried has not been in the lineup. He's not been there to help the pitching staff get on track.
Nope. I mean,
they've got other woes in there that, I mean, we could talk about.
Yeah.
But the Braves just not to make excuses, but they don't have all of their players. Now, if you match up all their players, I think this is a different series against the Dodgers.
So would you say it's time for the Braves to panic? Yes or no?
No. It's so early in the year. Come on.
Yep.
162 games to play this year. The Braves, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Baseball teams do not need to start to worry about anything until after the All-Star break. Around the All-Star break is when the teams really get a full realization of what kind of team they are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are.
Yeah.
Then and only then will you know what the Major League Baseball season has to offer your team, whatever your team might be.
So a couple things about the Braves. Sale, Elder, Smith-Shawyer, and Lopez, for their pitchers, all have over 5 ERAs so far.
Sale's going to come around.
Sale will come around.
Yeah.
And I mean, Schwellenbach's been great for them too. And Strider looks like he's going to come back sooner than people anticipated.
Yes.
So there are brighter days ahead for Atlanta. I'll at least say that. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll at least say that.
Acuna Jr. is not too far off from coming back as well.
Right. Here's one thing, though, that's weird. So we talked about how they're batting, 137, you said, as a team?
Yes.
And the fact that they all have, that 4 of their 5 starting pitchers have over 5 ERAs. We talked about that. Not only is it that, their bullpen has given up 14 runs in 14 innings pitched.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. At the beginning of the year, pitchers are the guys that are not 100% prepared.
Right.
Hitters, the offense, hitters are always prepared coming out of spring training earlier than pitching staff.
Yeah, because then you have also more film, more like a more just extensive scouting report than what you have. It's easier to work with, when you take a test, right? And you have a 2-page study guide, you're going to have a better score than when you have a blank sheet of paper.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
That's the thing about pitchers, too, that we got to say. So it's not time for the Braves to panic. Even though they're 0-7, they've played the Dodgers and the Padres, too. And the Dodgers and the Padres have looked awesome.
Amazing. Yeah.
Amazing this year.
Well, I mean, the Dodgers paid for a team to look that well, but I mean, the Padres.
Here we go.
That's serious. I mean, come on. Come on.
I know.
Come on, Triple H.
Yeah. They did.
But the Padres, I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Vastly impressive. I mean, I'm trying to stop. Saying it.
You can say it with me. It's okay.
That's good. Well, fun fact.
Jeffrey will get you.
If Jeffrey hears that, well, hopefully at least he can hear at this point. If he
can't hear it right now.
He can't hear it right now.
He's deaf in one ear and he can't hear out of the other.
That's why my name on this is Jeffrey's right ear. Shout out Jeffrey.
You have to shout it.
You have to.
Yeah.
Have to. The top 4 teams, Randy, and the NL East, 24-3 this year. Top 4 teams. The NL East is going to be in just absolute galactic war.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But again, let me say, we're only 8 or 9 games into the season.
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
There's 162 games.
Yeah. This is true.
September is what we're looking
rain
at.
on my parade here, Randy.
I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I'm just saying people are starting to panic now, and I just sit back and laugh. I mean, when I watch the MLB Network or I look at MLB.com and people are in the comments, they're all freaking out because their team is in trouble because they're Braves fans or something else. And I'm like, dude, you guys are crazy. I mean, 162 games.
The Braves stuff I don't get because you know that there are multiple guys. They have a lot of new guys in their pitching staff, and there are multiple guys that aren't playing. Their two best players are not playing. So that the fact that they've played potentially the two best teams in baseball, you could say. I mean, the Padres were this close to beating the Dodgers to go to the World Series last year. So they played both of them, injured and depleted. And yes, they've gotten crushed by both of them. But no, it is not time to panic. You got to consider who they've played. It's not like they've played the Chicago White Sox and the Savannah Bananas, you know?
Yeah.
Well, definitely not the Savannah Bananas, you know. But they played the Dodgers and Padres, who have been so good this year. I mean, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and ask it about the Dodgers. Is anyone going to beat this team, or do you think they're going to win the World Series?
I don't know if they're going to win the World Series. I mean, look at what the Yankees have done.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Bats
Yankees
have been humming.
The Yankees have been until they ran into the Diamondbacks pitching staff.
Right. That's right.
But again, it's early in the season. The Yankees are going to make some adjustments. I'm sure the Dodgers are going to be good as long as they can stay healthy. Mookie Betts has not been a guy that's been that healthy. Freddie Freeman has had ankle and knee problems through his career. Their pitching staff has proven to be not ironclad. So, I mean, the Dodgers, even though they spent, almost $1 billion to put this team together, it doesn't mean they're going to win everything just because they have all the money and they go out there and they bring all these guys in. You have to play all the games. I'm a big guy I'm a big believer in you have to play the game to win the game.
Yeah.
You can't just go out there because you look like a champion on paper. You have to go out and win the games.
Yeah. You play to win the game. You play to win the game, Randy.
Yeah. I mean, right. And so I think the Braves are going to be fine. It's just the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, they're in sort of a bit of a fog right now because they've got some key players that are missing. And Jurickson Profar didn't help them at all by getting suspended for 80 games.
No.
That
didn't
half
help
the
at
season.
Yeah.
I mean, how selfish can you be?
Yeah.
To go out there and do something that's going to hurt your team for half a season. Half a season.
Former All-Star last year, too. I mean, he was an All-Star starter.
They brought you in for a reason. And apparently the reason they thought was you were a good player, but yet you were faking it because you were, either juicing or taking gummies or doing something that was not legal.
Right. Some other things too, like they took a shot on Kelenic from the Mariners. That hasn't necessarily worked out. You could say Ozuna's kind of struggled this year. He's been this year. And so, I mean, there's a lot of questions with the Braves, but Randy, we got to talk about this. The Arizona Diamondbacks are going for the sweep today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, I mean, how they rocked Carlos Rodon early in that game. I mean, Lourdes Gurriel, Eugenio Suarez has been raking.
Yeah.
What are the Diamondbacks doing so well right now, Randy?
Well, they are a well-connected team.
Yeah.
Triple H. They're a well-connected team. They, the core, the nucleus of this team have been together for a few years now, and they have gone to battle. They have played in the playoffs. They've played in a World Series.
Yep.
They played last season. They got right up to the last day of the season last year before they were eliminated. They know what they have to do. And in my opinion, the Diamondbacks, if they stay healthy, have one of the strongest starting pitching rotations in baseball.
That they do.
I mean, if you watched last night's game, if you saw anything from last night's game and you saw the way Zach Gallen was delivering the ball.
My goodness. Yeah.
In cold, windy conditions in the Bronx.
Right.
You could see the guy's breath. I mean, that's how cold it was.
Yep.
And he's out there just 13 Ks. 13.
This is the most optimistic news you could possibly get
Absolutely.
As a Diamondbacks fan, because we saw the way he looked towards the end of last year. It wasn't his best.
And game one of this year.
Opening day. To say these stats to you, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 runs, 13 strikeouts, Randy. 13 strikeouts.
And the Yankees did not score until they got into the bullpen of the Diamondbacks.
No, they did not.
And that's got to tell you where the Diamondbacks need to make an adjustment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the bullpen is a huge question. I mean, Ryan Thompson came in there and, hey, they nearly blew it. The Yankees ended up being able to get a lot of momentum there. But the Diamondbacks, man, bats are humming, which is very important for them because we came into this season saying their pitching rotation is going to be fantastic. 1 through 5, they have one of the deepest pitching rotations in baseball. However, the hitting and the power, especially without Christian Walker, was a huge question mark.
Yeah.
It has looked great this year for them.
This team can hit. This team has a great starting rotation. I still say it's going to be a fun season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. That is the end of hour 1. We're headed for hour number 2. We're going to 5:45 today. It's the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. See you in just a few moments for hour number 2.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
Is your AC ready for summer? Don't wait for the heat to hit. Weak airflow, warm air, strange noises. These are warning signs your AC needs attention. Our skilled technicians offer AC repair services or replacements to keep your family cool all summer long. Don't sweat it. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning has your back. Here to keep your home cool all summer. Visit onehour.com to schedule today. Financing options available.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken courage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppan.com. That's KASAI Teppan.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time
for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
And welcome, everybody, to hour number 2 on this Thursday, April 3rd. It's a Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in beautiful uptown Scottsdale, right over there. That's Triple H, Harris Hicks. My name is Randy White, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You are the fourth dimension texting in at 888-368-1580. Jeffrey O'Brien on assignment. I have it on good authority that if he gets a chance, he might join us.
Oh, is that so?
Well, you never know about Jeffrey O'Brien.
Yeah, you really. I mean,
he's a man of mystery.
I've picked up on that since being on this show, that he really is a man of mystery. You never really know.
I mean, people talk about James Bond. I submit.
Do you just catch that fly?
I think I may have. I don't know.
For those of you,
this fly has been bugging me all afternoon.
For those of you that aren't watching, Randy just caught a fly with his bare fist. I mean, it was a lot of agility.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I mean, I saw it. I saw the way. I mean, it was quick. It was quick.
Did I ever tell you the story at Triple H about my son, who had a friend over?
Okay.
When you have teenage boys, and I had 4 boys and 2 girls.
That's a lot.
When I procreated, I made 4 boys and 2 girls.
Yes. Yes.
And the oldest of which thought that it would be funny in front of his friend, start getting froggy with me in front of his friend.
What does that mean?
I'm standing at the counter making a sandwich one day.
As one does.
And it was Saturday, kind of a lazy Saturday, and Christopher's friend Ram had been over the house hanging out. You know, as they do.
As they do.
You know, yeah.
Yep.
You bring friends home to your house?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So Chris is there with his friend Aram, and I was minding my own business. I came into the kitchen. I was making a sandwich, and my oldest son thought it would be a good time to get froggy with his old dad.
What does froggy mean? I have no idea what that means.
You know, throwing the hands. Come on, old man. What you got?
Okay.
And I'm just spreading mayonnaise on my sandwich.
Yes. Oh,
you put some lunch meat on there, maybe some pickles, some lettuce, tomato, a little pepper. Get my other side of the sandwich ready to go.
Little pepper.
A little pepper.
I'm not a tomato guy. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just am not a tomato guy.
You need to put a little pepper on the tomato.
Why is that?
Oh, that just wakes it up.
I've never tried
steer
that.
You
I'll
wrong.
take you up on that. No, you would not.
I would not steer you wrong.
You most
Triple H.
definitely would not steer me wrong, Randy.
But I have my head down. I'm like, why you want to do this, man, in front of Aram?
Right.
And Aram is just sitting across from me on the stool there at the island where I'm making my sandwich.
Yes.
And Christopher's in the kitchen with me, being froggy, kind of just
being
throwing
froggy.
the hands up. Come on, old man, what you got?
Yeah.
What you got, old man? Come on.
Yeah.
And now I'm in my early 40s at this point.
So you still got it.
I'm not old.
Yeah.
This is the same boy who we used to have a thing when we had like sharing rides going to his school.
Yeah.
And so on mornings where he was getting in my friend's truck with his buddy and Jack was picking the guys up to take them to school on that time, he felt it would be important for him to try to wrestle me and take me to the ground. And he would grab my legs. Well, that's the stupidest move you can do.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would just kick my legs out and fall right on top of him. And they were like, oh, get off me. Get off me. Dad, I can't breathe. Dad. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Dude.
So I'm making a ham sandwich and he's throwing hands at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I set the knife down, fortunately for Chris. And I set my sandwich down, fortunately for me.
And I look at his buddy and I said, Aram, I'm sorry you have to see this. And without looking, he's throwing, Chris is off to my right, and he's throwing these, come on, old man, what you got? So he did one of those, and I just reached out and grabbed his hand by his finger. And then I bent his finger back. And then I made him say who his daddy was.
Oh, no.
And he's like,
Did
oh,
he
Dad,
admit it?
stop. Oh,
Did he
Dad,
admit it?
Dad. I was like, who's your daddy? Tell your daddy you love him. Come on. Come on. Dad, I love you. I love you, Dad. You're not going to throw hands at me anymore in front of your friend. What? Ow, ow, ow. And I kept bending that finger back.
So, Randy, next time I out of the blue change the subject on the show, I'm nervous that Jeffrey's going to do that to me.
Jeffrey's got quick hands.
So when he does it to me, what do I do? Do I grab his finger when he gets froggy I bend it back?
No. Oh, no. No.
What do I do?
Oh, don't ever grab Jeffrey's fingers.
Have you tried
this?
this?
Oh, my God, that's dangerous.
Oh, man. You've tried this?
No, I don't have to.
Oh, you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't even. Yeah. Yeah, you just know. It's one of those things where it's like a sixth sense. Like you just know, Randy.
What you need to do is, Moist One, you're right. A Moist One on the text line says, just call him daddy.
I don't want to do that. So what would be my other options? Is that my only alternative?
That's about the only thing, yeah.
So if I change the subject, he comes in here, he puts me in a headlock.
Oh, he won't even have to put you in a headlock.
What is he going to do?
I did with Chris.
Is he going to sit on me and
without looking? He'll grab your finger without looking. Just like bam, like that. Grab it out of the air and just bend it back. Hey, call him daddy.
And then
tell him you love him. Yeah.
I'll just probably start crying at that point. That'd be just too much.
About what Chris did. Yeah.
That's what Chris did.
and Aram said, dude, your dad is the king.
Oh,
that's
I'm
true
sure that
story.
was just feeding your ego.
No, I didn't. I just took my sandwich.
Yeah.
And I went off and did what I was doing.
So do you think Ralph could do this? I mean, I still think, we sent Ralph, the invite. He still hasn't come on. For all we know.
Yeah.
He might not exist.
No, he exists.
That's my conspiracy theory is that Ralph doesn't exist.
No, he exists. Moist One, I can't say that. I can't say that. Mr. Wilbur says, Harris, just scream, uncle, and say that you love him.
Oh, man. That's going to be just.
I love you.
That's just going to be such a hit to the pride, man.
Oh,
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, Chris, he had to learn a hard lesson.
Yeah, seems like it. Seems like it. I mean, you know what? His fault, because you were out there. You were just making a sandwich.
I was minding my own business, man.
That's all you were doing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And see, that's what happens.
Believe it or not, Randy, I'm quite the good wrestler. I with one of my friends was like 6'4" and into MMA, and I pinned him. Yep. See, people see me and think, 5'7" with curly hair. He changes the subject a lot. His boss calls him obnoxious. He's probably not that good. He's probably an easy takedown.
Did Jeffrey call you obnoxious?
Jeffrey called me obnoxious.
I don't believe that.
He keeps calling you polite and me obnoxious. Why would he think that I'm obnoxious?
Well, I mean, you're a strong, spirited young man. You're like one of the. You're like the wild colt that hasn't been tamed. And I'm like the great black stallion.
Oh,
that has lived. And I've learned.
Very tamed yet calculated, meticulous, right? And I'm just the lone wolf. I'm running in the wild, aimless.
You're the untamed.
The untamed, yes, exactly.
Young, colt.
Yes, yeah.
Running in the wild with your mane blowing in the breeze.
Oh, dude, that sounds like my ex-wife.
What?
Oh, did it not hit? The joke didn't hit.
Where did that come from?
Oh, I was trying to go downtown there. It seems like I totally airballed it though.
Your ex-wife?
I totally
got to hear this story now.
Well, I was trying to keep it private. It's no biggie. I was trying to keep it private.
Apparently.
Yeah. Yep. It's a bit, Randy.
I don't think you have an ex-wife.
I don't have an ex-wife. Yeah.
That's
I don't
what
have an
thought.
ex-wife. I just I tried to go for it there. I was feeling comfortable, and then I got nothing. I got crickets. I got crickets, Randy. I mean,
who says Ralph sucks?
Does he really? Because how can someone suck if he doesn't exist?
He does exist.
That's what my thing is I keep hearing, Ralph's going to make an appearance, and then all of a sudden, crickets. No appearance.
Ralph is a busy man.
Yeah.
He has responsibility.
Yeah.
He just can't, at a whim, just wave off whatever's going on at Harmon Solar.
What does he do here? What is his occupation?
At Harmon Solar, he's one of the bigwigs. He's one of the suits over there.
Oh, is he really?
Oh, he's one of the suits over there. You kidding me?
Oh man. Okay.
And he is the lead commentator on that award-winning show on Saturday mornings, the Weekend Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Ralph and Neil.
What if it's like a different person? Maybe it's just Neil. Ralph's like a figment of our imagination. It's like an imaginary friend that you constructed.
Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago, says,
yes.
I'm not sure if this Rolf guy exists either. I've never heard of him in one of my in 1 week of listening to the show.
See, Ralph exists just as much as my ex-wife does. Yep. Profound, isn't it?
Bruno Baller says, Harris, just tune in on Saturday morning and you'll catch him on the Weekend Warriors with Ralph.
I may have to.
Hefty Lefty says, if the Dodgers go 10-0, you will see Ralph for sure.
Is Ralph a Dodgers fan?
Oh my God.
Oh no. He's a Dodgers fan? Oh. I see. Yeah, I mean the Dodgers are this might be like we could see the 2020s. The Dodgers in the 2020s be like the Yankees in the late 90s. This could happen. I mean, did you see that walk-off by Shohei to end the game?
I wonder if Shohei had any money on that walk-off.
Well, you know what's crazy? I was talking about this with my friends the other day about Shohei's contract. Okay. So obviously he signed the $680 million. He's making like $2 million this year, I believe. So they're deferring the rest of it to the end.
Oh, yeah.
So 95% of his contract is going to be paid in like 1 year way down the road.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That is nuts. I mean, see, here's the thing. I don't think the salary cap minimum and maximum is as big of an issue as you could say that is. Deferring all that money. Do you think that should be allowed?
I mean, what's the problem with it? I don't see
the problem with it is
they're
that
being creative with their finance.
Right. He's only making $2 million this year, but 1 year he's going to make like freaking $600 million.
Mm-hmm. After he retires, after he's done.
Yeah.
With the Dodgers. Yeah.
Wow. It just seems to me like, wasn't it that I heard Pete Rose was still like getting paid by the Reds until like 2000 or like very recently. You hear about that?
No.
Pete Rose was like the Reds were paying Pete Rose until like a few years ago.
I'm sure they were.
Yeah. From his contract. Like how crazy. Yeah. So the deferring thing in baseball is nuts.
Bobby Bonilla Day.
What about him? I don't know about it.
Bobby Bonilla. The Mets have been paying him. They're going to continue to pay him $1 million. Is it $1 million?
Gosh.
Every April or
gosh, man.
Is it every April he gets another $1 million check from the Mets?
No way.
And he hasn't been playing for 10 years.
That is insane. I think the scary thing, he's been playing for 10 years and he's still making that. Man.
Oh yeah. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
I think the scary thing about the Dodgers too, back to them is like, yeah, they as a team have a 1.97 ERA. I have that down. But their ceiling in their pitching staff still probably hasn't been fully tapped. Like Roki Sasaki, I don't know if you saw the clip of I don't know if you saw the clip of him like crying after he just couldn't. Did you see that?
He was crying.
Yeah. He struggled to hit the strike zone. He walked a ton of batters. He struggled first 2 pitches. Showed up. Oh, this guy. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's having a field day, folks.
Oh, that's just too bad.
Gosh.
Oh, that's the funniest thing I've heard in oh my God, that's funny.
That combined with Ralph doesn't exist. I mean, now I know how to make Randy laugh like that. I guess I'll just start crying. Man. How about that, Randy?
So the Dodgers picked up this Japanese pitcher and he choked.
Literally. So
it's hard to pitch with both hands firmly grasping your throat.
Wow. I still think they're probably going to get the most out of him, but man, it has been rough.
You think so?
I do. I mean, I think in Japan he had like a 2 ERA. He was getting like 11 Ks per 9, 0.8 whip. Yeah. It's true.
That's not the MLB.
No, it's not the MLB. Not the big leagues, Randy. Not the big leagues.
I love it. 888-368-1580. As we talk Dodger dismantling, Swazman says, hey, Randy, I'm on assignment too. Pet sitting in a multi-million-dollar house in Scottsdale starting tonight. At least this year, I'll get to watch the Final Four in the final game since it's on cable TV, YouTube TV last year. It was in Glendale, and boy, that just fell apart. Man, are you okay?
I think he's been having all that whiskey. Maybe. Oh, he's been having a lot of it.
Wow.
Maybe. It just it had some momentum. The train was going, and then the train just crashed and fell and started flipping repeatedly.
Tihua says he exists, sucks so much. His picture is in the definition.
What is going on with these texts?
Boy, I don't know. I read them as I see them here.
That's your job. I mean, you're doing it well.
Regal Beagle says Ralph has been banned after he compared Scatterboo to Aaron Hernandez.
What?
Is that why I haven't heard from Ralph in a while?
Did he just say that and dipped? He just said a crazy comparison like that and just
yeah.
Is this because of the golf cart incident at the field?
I don't know.
He just
my understanding is Ralph was in Cabo. I know for a while.
Okay.
And he didn't take me. So
how dare he?
His trip must have really sucked.
Yeah, probably was terrible. He's probably thinking the whole time, dude, where's Randy? I can't possibly have the maximum amount of fun without Randy.
Diamondbacks, sure. Diamondbacks dude says, Ralph exists and he is super annoying. You don't want him on the show. I tune away the moment he comes on. Sorry to hear that.
These people in the comments, man, they're not very nice to this Ralph figure.
The moist one says,
yes.
Welcome back to 1580 The Fanatic. Reply stop to So he must have said stop somewhere in there. And now he says, why don't you ever invite me out to your friends, Harris? Ashamed of me? Why, yes, he is.
Dude, you're in Montana. You're in Montana, moist one. That's a long drive. That is a long, hey, if I'm ever in Montana, I'll let you know. I have heard Jeffrey has shaken his hand.
As if I, yes.
Really? Was it moist?
Yeah. Oh, very moist.
That's not surprising. That's on brand, right?
It was a little weird.
Was it really? It was that weird?
Just a tip says $600 million in 1 year. Jeffrey would know about that.
Unnecessary diss. He would or wouldn't know about that?
He would know about that.
Oh, he would know about that. What does that mean?
Random texter checks in at 888-368-1580 and says, good afternoon, Randy. Ken Griffey Jr. is still being paid to this day by either the Reds or the Mariners. No kidding.
Yeah, that is legitimately true.
Moist One says, Harris, you silly goose. I'm in Phoenix.
Oh, is he really?
Called you a silly goose.
He called me a silly goose. The only people who have ever called me a silly goose is my mom and Moist One.
Yeah, there you go. And Mr. Wilbur says, by the time Ralph comes back, he will win the first ever Blender Comeback Player of the Year award, affectionately named after Geno Smith.
Really? You guys have a comeback. You guys have a Rookie of the Year? Because I feel like I am just an absolute lock for that.
We don't have a...
You don't have a Rookie of the Year?
We don't have a Rookie of the Year. We don't have a Comeback Player of the Year. We don't have anything like that.
Oh.
All right, 888-368-1580 is the text line. The Fourth Dimension active on the text line. We'll get your text and a whole lot more as Harris and Randy continue on today's edition of the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers, not available in all states and situations.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast, too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
The stadiums are empty. The crowds have gone home. The locker rooms have been cleared out. And the cheerleaders have hung up their pom-poms. But we're not done with football. There are coaching moves, player news, the combine, draft picks, and NFL news out the squeaker. Football is always in season here. This is mandatory. Don't miss anything NFL. Let's go. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Your home for the NFL.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Thursday, April 3rd. I'm Randy White. Harris Hicks over there, Triple H, as we lovingly call it. Jeffrey O'Brien on assignment today.
Yes, he is.
You are the Fourth Dimension texting in at 888-368-1580. Sad news from the NFL, Harris.
Oh, no. Okay.
New England Patriots announced Thursday that Matt Stevens, member of the 2001 Patriots team that won the Super Bowl, has passed away at the age of 51.
Man, 51 years old.
He was a third-round pick of the Buffalo Bills in 96. Stevens played for the NFL in 8 seasons, spent parts of 3 years with Washington, parts of 2 each with New England, Houston, Philadelphia, and that first year of his career in Buffalo, he was paralyzed from the waist down as a result of a spinal injury suffered in a motorcycle accident in 2007. He eventually regained some mobility in his legs with the help of his and the page moved. The help of who the hell cares at this point? Sorry. So it's too bad.
I mean,
Matt Stevens.
Let me give you a dilemma here, Randy. I'm gonna offer you this. So my girlfriend wants to ride a motorcycle, wants to learn how to ride a motorcycle.
No kidding.
I don't want to learn how to ride a motorcycle. Just my preference, because it's just really dangerous. I know people who have passed away from it. And so my thought is, how am I going to look when she's on the front driving the motorcycle and I'm just there on the back grabbing on her? I'll look like a wuss.
No, you'll look happy. You'll have a big smile on your face. You kidding me?
What makes you say that?
Are you kidding? The way you just grabbed around right there? You kidding me?
Oh,
you won't mind that at all. Come on, Triple H.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? You bring up a good point.
Why are you turning that color? Triple H 368-1580.
Bring up a good point, Randy. As
Big
always.
George 3-0 Yankees thanks to an Aaron Judge 3-run home run. Boo.
I mean, hey.
I guess that's 3-0.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the D-backs got 2. Just saying. But I mean, how's Zach Gallen? We didn't talk about this. He struck out Aaron Judge 3 times yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who didn't? I think who did he not strike out yesterday? He had 13 Ks.
13 Ks, man. He's averaging over 2 Ks per inning. Love to see it.
What a way to come back from that first day.
Against a lineup that has been red hot. They were averaging 12 runs a game.
Yeah.
Coming into this, Mr. White. 12 runs.
Oh. Yeah, the
a
Yankees have been scoring a lot of points, but
that they have.
But the Snakes came to town.
That's right.
That's all I have to say.
Yep. And I mean, hey, the Yankees, they have been, with the additions that they got, they will be very good this season. But in terms of looking at the Diamondbacks, man, when their bats are humming like this, we know the rotation is good. The questions for the Arizona Diamondbacks was 1, their bullpen. 2, how much power are they going to get? We know they're going to run the bases. We know they're going to steal. We know they're going to create chaos as they always have done. And then 3 is probably Zach Gallen was going to be a big question for them. Zach Gallen looked the part. And that right there is as optimistic as you could get. If I'm the Diamondbacks right now, yes, they are down 3-0 to the New York Yankees. I'd be incredibly optimistic. 4-0.
4-0 now.
4-0 now. They're running it up. Yeah.
Big George says Merrill Kelly is really struggling.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, pitchers have bad days. Merrill Kelly's been solid all for these last 2 years. Pitchers have bad days. It happens.
Swave Dave says, Harris, if you start riding around on the back of your girlfriend's motorcycle and holding her like that, you'll be bringing up a point quite often.
Oh my gosh. The fourth dimension,
they're all over
to bring it.
They listen, they bring it every day.
Yeah. So I mean, I was going for advice, and I've gotten great advice. I really have. I mean, I can't complain. I can't complain, Randy.
Okay. Triple H 368-1580 is the text line. Go ahead.
Yes. I wanted to shift gears here.
Yes.
And talk about Nikola Jokic, 60-point triple-double. Randy, 60-point triple-double. I think if you put you and Nikola Jokic side by side, let's say you shrunk Nikola Jokic, you made him 5'8".
Now you're kidding me.
Let's say you made him like 5'8". Y'all would look really similar. At least that's what I think.
No.
That's what I thought. Anyway, well, I'll say this. I'm gonna get serious here.
Okay.
60 points. 60-point triple-double for Nikola Jokic. I said this yesterday, and I'm gonna say it again, Randy. If LeBron James or Michael Jordan put up a 60-point triple-double, I sound like Stephen A. Smith right now. My goodness. People wouldn't shut up about it. This guy continuously does this, and no one bats an eye. No one bats an eye. When is this guy going to get the credit that he deserves? When's it going to happen?
I mean, he's won back-to-back MVPs, right?
But this year, I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been seen as like the ultimate favorite. Favorite.
I think people are getting tired of, of the Joker getting the MVP every year. I mean, surely he and LeBron could probably win the MVP every year.
I mean,
right?
You could say him and I think honestly, LeBron and Jordan both deserve like 8 MVPs each. I think voter fatigue is a huge problem.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give this to you. I'm going to give this stat, Nikola Jokic stat here. So when Nikola Jokic is on the floor, we're going to get analytical here. We're going to get in the nitty gritty. The Nuggets are plus 10 of a scoring differential per 100 possessions. When he's off, you know what it goes to? -8.
Wow.
So they turn literally -8 would be last in the NBA in point differential. +10 would be first. They go from literally the first best team in the NBA to the worst team in the NBA
Well,
when
the
he's
only
on and off the floor.
The only problem with the Nuggets is Russell Westbrook.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That was not great.
How to destroy a playoff team in one easy step.
So he missed the layup, right? He missed a free throw, right, to take the lead. He point blank missed an open layup. He came on the other end and he fouled a 3-point shooter. All in a span of like 3 seconds.
And meanwhile, the Joker's putting up 61
and losing on a 60-point triple-double and losing. And you know what? My message to Russell Westbrook, hey, you're Hall of Famer. Keep your head up. It happens. It happens to the best of us.
My message to Russell Westbrook is retire already. Get out.
Yeah, it's not. It was not the greatest of performances by him.
I mean, why is he still playing?
Yeah, I don't quite know. I mean, the Nuggets must have seen something. I think Russell Westbrook can still change a game. I think he can. That tenacity, I think, can be contagious.
He can change a game. Okay.
Yeah. I think it can. I think, Russell Westbrook went from in the early 2010s, a little bit overrated, to he became overhated, to now I think we understand who he is.
He's overstayed.
His welcome, you think? Overstayed his welcome.
Yes.
I mean, the thing about the Nuggets, like I said, when Jokic is not on the floor, this team turns into the literal Charlotte Hornets. That shows you.
Maybe that's where Russell should play.
That shows you how valuable, most valuable player, right? That's the term, most valuable player. That shows you right there how valuable Nikola Jokic is to his team's success. Come on, people. Let's not overcomplicate this thing. Let's not overcomplicate it. Voter fatigue, it's a thing. It's robbed people of many awards. I think it's robbed LeBron James of MVPs. It's robbed Michael Jordan of MVPs. I think it's going to do the same thing to Nikola Jokic. Already has when he lost 1 year to Embiid. Already has. So, look, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, no disrespect to SGA. He's a stud. But he's not putting up 60-point triple-doubles.
61 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 6.3. I'm sorry, 6 3-pointers made, and 2 steals.
Yeah. And the Thunder, mind I tell you, they're still a really good team outside of SGA. Like I think their scoring margin without him on the floor is still like +4. Like it's per 100 possessions. So like the Thunder are still without SGA. They're not a championship contending 1 seed. I'll say that, but they're still a very competent basketball team. Denver without Nikola Jokic, this is not a competent basketball team this year. This is kind of like LeBron Cavs level. They've reached that point, you could say, because Jamal Murray's hasn't been as consistent. Michael Porter hasn't been as consistent, and these are all good players. But the amount of value that Nikola Jokic has, come on now. Gosh.
Yeah,
Randy.
I mean, I can't argue with you about it. I mean, Nikola Jokic is a player that he's a generational talent.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I mean, I think voter fatigue has played a part in this.
Yeah, and he's not like your typical player. He's not this oozing athlete. He doesn't jump out the gym. And so you see him and you look at him and you're like, there's no way that guy is a stud of a basketball player, right?
He just goes out. He does his job. He does it well. He works hard at it in the off season, takes care of himself.
Yes.
He goes out in the off season and he keeps his body in shape.
Yes.
I've seen videos of him in the off season, running and working on strength conditioning and keeping himself in shape. It's not like he, leaves for the summer like James Harden or some of these other guys.
Yeah.
And eats a lot of wings and doesn't do anything, and it comes back, 20 pounds overweight, and he's got to work it off in the preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, he's ready to go when he walks in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet, my thing is, I just don't. I mean, I kind of get it, but I don't. The Nuggets brought in Russell Westbrook. Why? Why?
Randy, let me hear what your anti.
Well, the guy is older. Okay.
Yeah.
He's done. I mean, he should just. It's been a good career.
Right.
Get out now.
Is it sort of like when Allen Iverson, after the Sixers and Nuggets, when he was good, he went to the Pistons and he was with the Grizzlies for a little bit, and it's like, man,
it's like
Allen
Michael
Iverson
Jordan when he
went to the
left.
Wizards.
He left to go play baseball because I don't know, mind freak or whatever.
Right.
And he went to play baseball after after his dad died and everything. He just kind of lost his focus, I think, and it came back. He was never the same when he came back.
No, he wasn't the same when he came. Well, he was great when he came back from baseball. He wasn't the same when he came back his second retirement.
Yes.
When he retired in 98 and then went to Washington. And then it's like, man, like he's solid. He's okay, but he's not Michael Jordan good. So speaking of the Thunder, Randy, they're 64-12. They could reach 70 wins. They currently have a plus 1,000 point differential. The only other teams to outscore their opponents by over 1,000 points in a season? 71 Bucks with Kareem, 72 Lakers, and the 96 Bulls. So this team, man, like I get it. You'll say, oh, Harris, look at the Thunder compared to the Nuggets. SGA should be the MVP because he's best player on the best team. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the team here. The Oklahoma City Thunder with Dagnall, they're an excellent coach team. And I think this team deserves more praise. But I also wanted to offer this. I was thinking about the Phoenix Suns, Randy. I was thinking about them. And
that they should bring in Russell Westbrook?
No. So if OKC loses in the playoffs, okay? Because you got to understand, this is the NBA. And the MLB, complete teams win, right? And the NBA, it's the opposite. Star power wins. So say the Thunder lose here. What if they go to the Suns? I have a trade idea here. KD to the Thunder for Jalen Williams and maybe a pick or two in the first round. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't say no.
Interesting.
I don't say no. I mean, you're not going to get a haul of picks trading away KD. And if you do, they're not going to be like first rounders.
Blue likes it.
Well, Blue does like it, and Blue is very intelligent when it comes to NBA talk.
Of course, yes, he is. He knows. He's like Rick Pitino.
Absolutely.
The talent evaluation, he can just see it, and he knows it.
He's more like Rick Pitino Jr.
Oh, yeah. Richard or Rick Jr.
Not senior.
Not senior. No,
Blue's never had a prostitute in his life.
That's always a positive. Good for Blue.
But I don't say no. I think that's a direction I think the Suns should go.
Yeah.
Looking for younger up and comers.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yeah.
And get some of that trade capital back.
And if the Thunder
that you gave away.
Right. And if the Thunder don't agree to it, I mean, maybe you could take a pick away. You could go after someone else. I mean, the Thunder have tons of young guys like Aaron Wiggins, too, who went to Maryland. They have some other guys who are just really good, quality complementary pieces that the Suns can use to rebuild. So if you think about that, that could totally end up working out. I mean, maybe Phoenix trades Kevin Durant to San Antonio. I think that's something that is a big possibility here. But I was like, Kevin Durant back in Oklahoma City for what these two teams, Phoenix and Oklahoma City, are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oklahoma City, you're winning now. And OKC, who knows if they lose in the playoffs and get bounced, they could say, hey, you know what we need? We need star power. We need to go get a guy who is going to help us win right now. And Phoenix could say, hey, we need to rebuild this thing. We need some young core pieces that we can add in the rebuild. Something could happen here.
Just a tip at 888-368-1580 says, I think the great players have that gene that makes them great It's the same gene that won't let them quit when they should. Jordan on the Wizards, Ewing on the Sonics, Westbrook, etc.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, you could talk about tons of players that have, you could say, overstayed their welcome. Elijah Wan as well. I think he was with the Raptors. There's been a ton of other guys. I mean, I think the only like elite star players, star athletes that have not overstayed their welcome and retired at the perfect time. Bill Russell. Okay. When he retired with the Celtics at like 31, John Elway, because he retired on that second Super Bowl and then he was out. Yeah. And then Peyton Manning retired on that last Super Bowl and said, I'm out. Outside of those guys, maybe you could say Brady too, but outside of those guys, it's just hard for the best players to quit. So just a tip, tip. That's a great point. That's a great point.
Absolutely. All right. More texts and more stuff on the way on the Daily Blender here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. As most of you might know, I'm a big fan of loyalty and longevity. I love companies based right here in Arizona that have been around doing some great things for a long, long time. And oh boy, has the Lund Mortgage Team done just that. In the mortgage game, they're one of the best. In fact, I think they are the best. And I've been telling people about the Lund Mortgage Team for decades now, and I'll continue to do that as long as they continue to take care of all our listeners, and they do that every single day. So you could be next. Call today, 623-875-9940. Look, the Lund Mortgage Team, they're mortgage brokers. That gives them the unique opportunity to shop your rate around. They've also been in business so long, they realize fees are not the most important thing. They keep those nice and low. Call today, 623-875-9940, whether it's a HELOC, whether it's a new home loan, refinance, you name it. They've got you covered. LundMortgage.com or call 623-875-9940.
Start a promising career in law enforcement with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. As an MCSO detention officer, you'll play a critical role in ensuring public safety for the fourth largest county in the United States. You'll also gain experience that can lead to a role on specialized teams like jail intelligence or special response, a leadership track, or a career as a recruit training officer. Every path comes with unlimited potential. Learn more at jobs.mcso.org. Honor the law. Serve the people. Sponsored by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender on Thursday at 4:44 in the afternoon on your way home. Coming up, we've got the NIT tonight. And then tomorrow we will not be on the air. Tomorrow we are out as the NCAA Women's Final Four gets underway. And then on Saturday, it is the Men's Final Four. And Sunday, we've got some NASCAR racing live from Darlington Raceway.
It's the Goodyear 400. And on Monday, it is the NCAA Men's Championship game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Randy.
Kicks off at 3 with the championship game pregame. And then the actual game gets underway around 4 o'clock.
Yep.
Next week, starting on Thursday, it's the Masters from Augusta, Georgia. Also,
right time of year, folks.
We've got men's hockey, NCAA men's hockey, the Frozen Four, I think it is.
Yeah, Frozen Four.
That is Frozen Four on Thursday. Friday next week will be on the air. And then Saturday, it's the championship game, men's hockey champion. Well, a lot going on here.
A lot going on, man. We'll have you covered. We'll have you covered. Speaking of hockey, have you been keeping track of the Alex Ovechkin stuff?
He's got 3 to go, and you know what? It's not beyond the scope of thinking that he could do a hat trick in one night.
He recently scored, so he's got 2. He's got 2 to tie.
Oh, does
he's
he
got
2
3
now?
to break?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. 2 to tie, 3 to break it. 3, pretty much. So there's 7 games left. This season,
he's going to do it easy.
Yeah. This season, Ovechkin's averaging a goal every 1.5 games. So if you want to get in the numbers here, he is technically on pace to break it by the end of this year.
You know, the brain cells over there at the ESPN, I lovingly call them the brain cells. They're predicting April 15th, and they're going to have the game on. I think he's going to do it sooner than that. Personally.
Why do you call them the brain cells?
ESPN, man, come on.
Yeah, the brain cells.
Let's go to the text line at 888-368-1580. The text line is where the fourth dimension lives, and they are the ones that make this show go round. Just the Tip says Barry Sanders quit on time. Jim Brown averaged more yards per game over his career.
What is he trying to say? Is he trying to say Jim Brown is the greatest running back ever?
Well, I think so.
I have some thoughts on this.
Let me get through some of these texts here. Dave says, when you were talking about Jordan, I thought the old saying, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Well, yeah. I mean, Jordan showed flashes towards the end.
He wasn't bad with the
when
Wizards.
he was with the Wizards, but it was just kind of sad. It was kind of sad, though. It wasn't Michael Jordan everybody was used to.
Right. Yeah.
Slow-Mo Zoe says, Harris, with Jeffrey gone, you can play the forbidden music.
Oh.
Now, see, here's where we run into a problem.
Okay. Let's hear the problem.
Fourth Dimension always has their favorite music pieces.
Yes.
And they might be country and western, or it might be Creed or Nickelback.
Right.
And as you know, Jeffrey has put a moratorium on such music on the Daily Blender.
Yes. He
then there was the song, if you like Pina Coladas.
Oh,
and the Pina Colada.
Oh, I love that song. That song's awesome.
Well, we don't play that. Yeah, we don't play that anymore.
Oh, what?
Because Radio Ron put the kibosh on that.
Oh, it wasn't Jeffrey. Okay.
Yep, that wasn't Jeffrey. He tried to, but somehow it just kept playing when the Fourth Dimension said, "Hey, do you like Pina Coladas?"
And the Radio Ron put it into it.
And Radio Ron put the kibosh on that.
Did he? Okay.
Threatening the removal of job status and personal harm. If it were to play on his radio station again. Yeah, Radio Ron is the owner of the radio station.
He is the owner. He calls the shots. That's right. So
when they say the forbidden music, I firmly believe it's Creed, Nickelback, and or country and western, or the Pina Colada song. As a matter of fact, Swazman, Randy, Pina Colada song definitely needs to show up while Jeffrey is gone. See, I can't though. Because you guys heard Radio Ron. Kyle G. I preferred Pina Coladas. See?
Yeah.
Triple H, do you like getting caught in the rain if you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight in the dunes on the Cape? I'm the love that you're looking for. Write Me and Escape. That's the
I know.
Pina Colada song.
Yeah, that song. Yeah, the one the Radio Ron
That's
annexed.
it. Yeah, he put the whammo on that.
Oh man, can I?
Mr. Wilbur says it sure looks funny when people pull up next to your girlfriend with you on the back and they scream, "Who's the bitch on the back?"
And I'll gladly raise my hand and say, "That's me."
Mr. Wilbur, how do you know what it looks like?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. How does he know?
888-368-1580.
Yep. I don't know how he knows.
We're moving along here on the Daily Blender, and I don't even want to check in on the Diamondbacks.
You don't? Oh shoot, it's getting that out of hand. Well, can I? You know what? Can I distract you and get into this Jim Brown versus Barry Sanders debate that was just
I think you should. Yeah.
Right to me. So running backs, when you evaluate them, you have to look at situation. You have to. Jim Brown was in a vastly better situation than Barry Sanders was. Okay.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so it matters. Barry Sanders was in possibly one of the worst situations you could ever be in terms of an NFL player, of course, speaking. The man still averaged 5 yards per carry in his career. Jim Brown averaged 5.4. First off, way different eras, might I say. But Barry Sanders, guys, this is also a guy that had 2,600 rushing yards in a season in college or something. Wherever he goes, that guy thrives. So I am a Barry Sanders truther. I do like Jim Brown. I'll say that. I do like Jim Brown all time. Barry Sanders also has, I think, 3,000 more rushing yards than Jim Brown does all time. Come on. We'll say that. Just saying. So, yep. Barry Sanders all the way.
If Jim Brown keeps playing, because everybody knows he and Barry Sanders both, by the way, they both left the game way too soon.
Yes.
But if Jim Brown continues to play,
yeah,
greatest running back ever.
If he continues to play, yes. If he would play until he was 35, 36, you could say. You could also say the same with Barry. I think Barry was 30 when he retired. Jim Brown is I think around 32. So you could say the same with either. Randy.
I mean, both of these guys walked away from the game. There's a lot of speculation in both cases.
Right. I think these guys are 1 and 2 all-time running backs, you could say. I mean, Walter Payton, you could put up there. I love these debates personally because there's not an answer, right? There's not a objective answer, but it's fun to just banter and talk about some of these legacies and players. I just think Barry Sanders is one of those guys who I call situation proof. You know, some NFL players are great, but some of them are not situation proof. You could put Barry Sanders in any situation and he would thrive.
888-368-1580. Swave Dave says, "Hey, Randy, how do you feel about Calais Campbell coming back to the Cardinals?" I love it. I said yesterday on the show when we talked about it, I love it. I think Calais Campbell is a quality defensive lineman.
Yes.
I think he's a guy that's a quality locker room guy. And people say he's a good locker room guy, but I think Calais Campbell is one of those people that has whatever it is. He's got it that younger players want to be around him and want to listen to him.
Right.
And I think that's something this team needs is leadership.
Absolutely.
I think Calais Campbell is a guy that's been there, done that, bought the T-shirt, doesn't need to do anymore. And I think a lot of youngsters are going to listen to him just because he's been around the league that long. So I'm happy about it.
He's a Walter Payton Man of the Year. He's a multi-time All-Pro and Pro Bowler. Yeah. I mean, it's something that, look, Calais Campbell may not be breaking sack records at this point in his career, but he will be able to orchestrate and help lead a locker room. He's known to be a very good teammate. And why wouldn't you have that for a year or two in the franchise that drafted him?
Sure.
Yeah. I think of course. I mean, I'm sure you're happy about it, Randy, as I am as well.
Just a tip at 888-368-1580 says, just for me, one of the most iconic items in any sport ever is the Darlington stripe. Well, in case you don't know, I would hope you would, Harris, but in case you don't know what the Darlington stripe is, that's what these guys get when they're going around the track at Darlington. They get that stripe on the right side of their car because they run so high.
Okay.
They're right up next to the wall.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get a little loose coming out of one of those turns.
Mm.
And they brush against the wall.
That is crazy.
That's the Darlington stripe.
Wow. What made you get so into NASCAR, Randy?
Well, I've always been a racing fan.
Yeah.
Way back.
Yeah.
From my early days, I remember my dad listening to the Indianapolis 500 on the radio before it was transmitted live on television. It was on radio first. And I remember listening. I remember the Unser family winning all of their IndyCar champion or their IndyCar Indianapolis 500s.
Yeah.
Bobby Unser, Al Jr. I was a big fan of Al Jr. for a long time.
Yeah.
Rick Mears, I listened to all 4 of his wins. Yep. I saw AJ Foyt's 4th win at Indy.
Yep.
A lot of history there. And naturally, I crossed into NASCAR and listened to NASCAR with my dad. So I've got a long history in that. But that's how I got into it. It was my dad. Anyway, more of your texts and more of this business. I think we're off the air at 5:30 next hour. So we got 30 minutes left of the Daily Blender on 1580 The
Let's
Fanatic.
say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harman Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmansolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmansolar.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot. So what are you working on? Right now, we've got 14 days of deals to elevate your gardening game. We are calling it Mulch Madness in the Garden Center, where you can get 5 bags of Scott's Earthgrow mulch for only $10. Now that's a special buy. Promote healthier soil, prevent weeds, and beautify your yard with mulch that maintains its color for up to 12 months. Shop 14 days of deals during Spring Black Friday, now through April 16th at the Home Depot.
A career in law enforcement puts you on a course with unlimited paths. At the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, your career can take you virtually anywhere you want to go. Detention officer, deputy sheriff, and emergency dispatcher are just a few available career paths. As you gain experience, you may also earn specialized assignments or follow a leadership track. Pursue your passion and explore rewarding and exciting career opportunities with MCSO. Learn more at jobs.mcso.org. Honor the law, serve the people. Sponsored by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
And welcome everybody to hour number 3. Not really a full hour though. I think it's maybe a half hour of the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic as we broadcast live from the beautiful studios, the Palatial Estates, if you will, the Harmon Solar Studios in uptown Scottsdale. My name is Randy White. Right over there, that's Harris Hicks, Triple H as we call him. Jeffrey O'Brien on assignment today, and you are the fourth dimension texting in on our text line to 888-368-1580. Swabe Dave once again says, Randy, one more question. Have you tried out any of the Andretti indoor kart tracks yet? Well, I used to enjoy kart racing. I used to enjoy going out to these go-kart tracks and, riding around until my back got hurt.
Oh.
I was in North Carolina where my son lives.
Where North? Oh, actually, you don't have to say that, yep.
Well, he lives in outside of Charlotte. He lives out by Mooresville, North Carolina.
Okay. So right outside Charlotte. Got it.
And he when he first moved out there, this is my third born, Nick, NASCAR Nick as we call him.
Okay. Yep.
He found a go-kart track out there where all the NASCAR guys go out and race go-karts.
Ooh, really?
It was called the GoPro track, and it was it was owned by the GoPro Corporation. Yes, the camera corporation. Yeah.
So they made cars.
And they didn't make the karts; they just owned this track. And I don't know the weird story behind it, but Nick is a natural talent. He should have raced. I should have got him in racing when he was a kid.
Really?
But the problem was I was broke when he was growing up. So I was just trying to put food on the table and clothes on his back.
Right. Yeah.
Keep a roof over his head. I couldn't get him into racing.
Yeah. Huh.
But
because I feel like racing is one of those things where it's so based on at least NASCAR connections.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, what car do you get? What engine do you get? Are you going to be able to get the best resources?
Well, the teams now, if you have more than one car in your team, let's put together a scenario. Let's say, Harris, that you are running with Penske Motorsports.
Okay.
And so you are the new driver at Penske, and they have Ryan Blaney, and they've got that idiot Logano racing there.
Tell us how you really feel.
Now, Logano is their number one driver. You're their number 3 driver. Now, people think that all 3 cars get the same attention.
Yeah.
Nay, I say.
Interesting.
They put more resources towards Logano because he's the most recent championship winner.
Wow.
And they feel like he has the best choice or the best chance to win a championship.
Wow. So do they come out with like a number 1 ranking driver and a number 3 ranking driver like before every season?
Mm-hmm.
Does it ever change in the season?
Well, if let's say the season's going on and you're with NASCAR, they have this playoff scenario, which I don't necessarily agree with. It used to be, it was based on points and points that you would achieve by winning a race or where you placed in a race, you would get so many points.
Yeah.
And at the end of the season, they would tabulate the points up and you would be the champion of that season.
Right. So what's the biggest difference? So let's say like a number 1 and a number 3 driver are each like in not a straightaway, but they're each in like very close. It's going to come down to like them and some others. Will the number 3 have to defer to the number 1?
Maybe. Depends on the part of the season.
I would not be able to do that.
So let's say that you and Joey Logano are racing.
Right. Okay.
And you're 1 and 2. Let's say you're in first place.
Okay.
And clearly you have the best car. But Logano
for whatever reason, needs the points, they will not say this in public, but they'll say, "Hey, Harris, go ahead and let Logano pass you, and we need him to win so that he can get the points."
Wow.
See what I mean?
Wow.
And that goes on all the time. It doesn't matter if it's Penske Motorsports or Henrik's Motorsports or Gibbs. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It depends on who's doing what, where, and when. And that's what I was going to get to. If Logano was out of the championship race, but you were still in it, they would then transfer all of the priority stuff over to your car.
Yeah, but that's only because Logano's out.
Right. And then the engineers
hypothetical.
that were working on Logano's car, who was the number one car, and now would transfer over to your car because the goal is to win a championship.
Wow. So the goal is to win a team championship. So you're essentially
not only a team championship, but a driver championship.
Yeah. What does a team get if you win a team championship?
Well, they get all sorts of things. I mean, it's good for the sponsors to be champions, and it helps you with your sponsorships.
Yeah.
Then everybody wants to be on the car. It might be $100,000 a race.
When a team drops you in NASCAR, like it's really bad news because you lose all of your sponsors and you lose all of your connections to get the best resources.
Not
right?
necessarily. I mean,
okay.
Nowadays, it was that way at one time. Nowadays, a driver will go out and get sponsors that will follow him. And then he brings that sponsorship to the team. For example, Kurt Busch went out and Monster Energy Drinks wanted to sponsor Kurt Busch.
Okay.
And I'm not talking Kyle Busch. I'm talking Kurt Busch.
Yeah, his brother.
And Kurt Busch would then take that sponsorship and go to, let's say he went to Penske Motorsports again.
Okay.
And he wanted to drive a car because he didn't have a ride, but he's got this, $20 million or whatever a year from Monster Energy Drink. And you guys, you think that that's a joke. No, that's serious. These guys bring serious money to the table.
Wow.
And Penske will say, well, okay, well, we can find a car for you to drive.
Yeah.
You'll drive this car for us. And then they'll take it on. And then other sponsors that Penske Motorsports has will be, moved to that car along with Monster Energy.
Have any drivers ever won without being on a team? Has that ever happened?
Without being on a team?
Like on a team? Because I know sometimes drivers get dropped.
Back in the day,
Back in the day, right. Okay.
Yeah.
But nowadays,
before it got so
rare.
corporate-centric. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Now
racing from the grassroots level all the way up to the top level is all about money and sponsorships.
Dang.
If you could get sponsorships, you could totally get yourself a ride in NASCAR.
What era would you say it really became like that?
I would say in the 80s.
In the 80s
and 90s.
So right before, right when kind of Richard Petty was racing.
Yeah.
Petty after.
Petty was one of those guys, Petty and Yarborough, the Alabama gang. Guys like that, they came out there and they got these mega sponsors. Petty had STP, for example.
Yes. Okay.
And if you look back, the 43 car had an STP on it.
I know,
everywhere.
The light blue, baby blue car.
That's called
43.
That's called Petty Blue.
Okay.
That is a blue that is known as Petty Blue.
You're talking to someone that grew up in the South, so he's kind of familiar with a bunch of NASCAR lore. But I feel like as I got older, sort of it lost some traction. But overall, there's still a lot of cool stories about it.
I mean, back in the 70s and before that, 70s, 60s, 50s, it was about, mom and pop sponsorships. Like, Harris Hicks Towing would be on the car and the car would be driving in the Daytona 500.
That's super cool.
Or Randy White's, excavating would be on the
Although
card.
I would never work for a towing company. Let me
Well,
make
I'm just.
But I hear what you're saying. You're right. You're right.
Why wouldn't you work for a towing company? What's wrong with towing?
Oh, I mean, what's wrong with towing? I mean, look, just graduated college. I mean, sometimes parking can be expensive. And so when you would go to someone's
parking,
house,
you're towing. For heaven's sakes, you can move cars out of the way. You have a tow truck.
Well, when you would go to someone's house and you would have to, or apartment and have a place to park, you would often get towed by the city. And so we considered the city towing companies as the bad guys. So I don't know if I want to work for the bad guys, is what I'm saying.
So what kind of corporation would you have then? I mean, what kind of company?
Oh my
Would it be like Harris Hicks Painting?
Me and Benjamin Morrison.
Like a Harris Hicks Catering Service?
Oh, I don't know, actually. So
Harris Hicks Lube and Oil?
So in middle school, one of my friends, like in middle school, came up with this idea. Now, this is obviously not going to work now, unfortunately, but we wanted to have a third wheeling company where someone would call us and we would have this like third wheeling van and we would go and we would third wheel your dates. That was in middle school. That's what we came up with. That's the only corporate idea I've had, Randy.
So it
Other than that, I haven't had anything.
Hicks Third Wheel.
Hicks Third Wheel. Yep. And Skinner.
Hicks and Skinner Third Wheel Company.
Yep. So would you imagine that on like Richard Petty's car? Just like my face. No, you can't. Just like my face on it as he like crosses the finish line. No.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Triple H Camel Towing is what he said.
Oh man.
How about Triple H Strip Club?
Oh no, this is going
That's
down
Diamondback,
south.
dude.
This is
that would make a good old school NASCAR sponsor. Yeah, no kidding.
Triple H, yeah.
Triple H Strip Club.
I don't want that. I don't want that. That wouldn't be the first thing. I haven't come up with many corporate idea. I'm not so much of a that's not my world that I'd like to
How about Triple H dancing and betting? Ooh.
Interesting. I like to dance.
Well.
Yep. And I'm a betting man. I'm a betting man.
No, betting.
Betting? Betting. Like sheets.
Like, yes.
Oh. I mean, I have no. I guess it's kind of, yeah. I don't know. Thanks.
Wow.
Oh.
What the hell were we talking about?
I don't even know, Randy. We were talking about NASCAR.
It became very corporate-like in the late 70s, early 80s.
80s, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Somebody says here, Just the Tip says Blaney fan today. Okay.
Okay.
He also says, Randy, my favorite driver from the time when I was a little kid was David Pearson. Loved his Mercuries. Love the Wood Brothers team. Love the color scheme. My question is, y'all used to host a NASCAR show. Do you still? Also, if Pearson had focused on NASCAR, would he be better appreciated? Listen, David Pearson was one of the best drivers ever to get behind a wheel in NASCAR. And second of all, for you, just a tip, is the Wood Brothers racing team is still alive and still kicking. They still run the 21 car.
Yeah.
They still have, in many cases, the same traditional paint scheme that they ran back from the days of David Pearson and beyond. As a matter of fact, Ryan Blaney drove for the Wood Brothers racing team when he was coming up through the ranks. So there you go.
Love hearing Randy talk about NASCAR.
I think David Pearson is in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. That would be something you would know better than I would.
I think he is,
for sure.
If you get a chance to ever get into downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, I would say go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. It is very interactive. It is very informative, and it is very fun. Very cool.
So I have never been to Charlotte. I have been to the state of North Carolina. I've been to Wilmington.
Beautiful.
Wilmington in the Smoky Mountains, so like right near Asheville area.
Oh, yeah.
It's only like an hour away from University of Tennessee, where I have family that goes there.
No kidding.
Yes,
Beautiful.
I do. I do. Beautiful area, Randy.
Yeah.
Very nice area.
It used to be even more beautiful until Helene came through and destroyed it.
Yeah, it's tragic. It's tragic. Randy, can we talk about some college hoops?
You're damn right we can.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because we've got the Mecca coming up this weekend. The final
Final Four. Yeah.
What I think is going to be the most star-studded, impressive Final Four we've ever seen, folks. Duke and Houston. Randy, I'm going to start with you. Let me hear a prediction from you. And no, you cannot say Stanford. You cannot say Stanford.
Damn it.
Oh, I want to hear what you have to say on this game before I spew out.
Well, Duke and Houston's going to be a great game. I still believe that Duke is the team to beat. I feel like the Dukies are Dukies. I think the Blue Devils are very strong. I think they are very adaptable to whatever situation they're in. They've got a great coach, a young coach, a guy that can relate to the players.
Yep.
A guy that's been on the hardwood during the Final Four. He played for Duke. He played under Coach Mike Krzyzewski. So he has had his tutelage, and he sat under Mike Krzyzewski as an assistant coach.
Randy,
I think that Duke is. I'm sorry, I was just going to say I think Duke is the team to beat. I wouldn't rule Houston out. I don't think Duke is going to beat them into submission.
No.
But I think Duke wins this game.
I used to play NCAA Basketball 10. If you're familiar, the last college basketball video game to ever exist. And it's crazy because I used to play with John Shire in that game all of the time.
No kidding.
Which is nuts because he's the coach now. I mean, it shows I remember being like 8 years old in second grade, like absolutely loving that game. And I was the coach. Anyway, just kind of a crazy flashback there. And he was a stud in that 2010 game against Butler, that national championship team. But I'll say this, man, this is talent versus culture. This is youth versus experience. So both of these teams have all four of those things. But Duke has a lot of NBA talent. They don't have a lot of experience. And Houston has a lot of culture. And they have a lot of experience. So which one is going to prevail? Now, let me at least share you this, Randy. Every single college basketball men's national champion ever has had at least one guy on their roster drafted in the first round of the NBA draft. Every single team ever.
All right.
Teams average about 3 first-round picks on their roster. So they average about 3. Houston, at this current moment, is the only team in the Final Four that does not have a single projected first-round NBA draft pick. However, they have, you could argue, the best coach in the game right now in Kelvin Sampson. They have a very well-orchestrated, organized team. I mean, if you watch, look, I'm a Tennessee fan. I watched Houston. I watched a lot of the Houston game, went back and watched it. This is a really well-coached team. And Houston is. And Houston, unlike a bunch of other teams, guys don't leave in the portal. They don't routinely get guys in the portal. They get the occasionals. Milo Suzon is Houston's starting point guard. He's a transfer from Oklahoma. Other than that, they do not get a lot of transfers. Duke either, actually. So this is talent versus culture and youth versus experience. Which one will prevail? Well, I'll say this, Randy. If it gets close, the game gets close, Duke has not had a single game decided by one possession since the year 2024. Isn't that crazy? So they've been blowing teams out. They forced, I mean, everyone talks about Duke on offense. I saw Alabama break the 3-point record a couple weeks ago for most 3-pointers in one game. Duke stifles them. They go 8 for 32. Alabama does against Duke after breaking the 3-point record. They had 25 threes in a game against BYU. Goes against Duke, gets nothing. So this Duke defense is going to be a force. This Houston defense is going to be a force. There might be not a lot of points scored in this game, Randy. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight.
I think Duke wins.
What makes you say that?
I think they are, from what I've seen, the way they've handled other challenges this year, I think they are a bulldog of a team.
Yeah.
It's not to take anything away from this Houston squad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Duke seems to be a little more connected than the Cougars.
Yeah, potentially. I will wait and give my pick after the break. Randy.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the crowd. I'm gonna keep the listeners in suspense here.
All right. We got about 20 minutes or so left in the show. 888-368-1580. Let's get your thoughts on the text line, and we will come back and still keep talking a little NCAA Final Four action. It's the Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at HarmanSolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to HarmanSolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's HarmanSolar.com.
The Rich Eisen Show. Colorado Buffaloes head coach Deion Sanders has made his way into the $10 million a year coaching bracket. He is not only good at his job, he is the perfect type of coach for the moment of the NIL, the transfer portal, so you can get better quickly. The NIL world where, it is about the money. It must be about the money there. There's a new direct deposit from Colorado.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
The
Daily Blender on this Thursday, April 3rd, 888-368-1580. On the text line here, Justin Tip says, Randy, weatherman of unquestioned skull and talent. I'm on my back patio drinking whiskey with friends. Looks like rain, maybe. Should I fire up the grill or get pizza from Red Devil? I don't see any rain in the forecast. There might be some clouds out there.
It's a little cloudy, but I don't see any rain. Yeah,
I don't see any rain forecast here. Let me pull up the 1580 The Fanatic Harman Solar weather app and take a look here. I don't see any potential rain happening at this time. There are clouds out there, but I would say you could fire up the grill. But listen, anytime you can get pizza, why not get the pizza?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, why not continue drinking the whiskey with your buddies?
Yeah.
And get some pizza and enjoy it.
It doesn't get much better than that.
Big
Pizza,
George at
whiskey.
888. I'm sorry, Big George. See, I'm a more pizza beer guy.
Are you really?
Yeah. I save my whiskey for when I'm having a nice cigar.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Big George says Jazz Chisholm just hit a monster home run off Merrill Kelly. 9-3 Yankees It doesn't matter, Big George. Does it really matter? We've already won the series against the Stankies.
The Stankies.
Slow-Mo Zoe also says, I don't know if he was the greatest running back, but Earl Campbell, his career was cut short from overuse. He was a beast.
Earl Campbell was a beast. He was also amazing in college as well, in Texas, everywhere he's gone. Yeah, you can put him in there.
Buffalo Mike says Barry Sanders is the best running back I've ever seen in person.
That's right.
By far. Look up his 1988 game in Boulder against a good CU defense. Look at his entire 88 season. It was awesome.
And that was back when Colorado was like Colorado. You know, they were
a good team. Yeah.
Like, what's his name? Bill McCartney?
Yeah,
their coach.
McCarthy.
Yeah. When he was coaching, and they had like Cordell Stewart running that triple option.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was like kind of 90s, I think. But man, that was like when Nebraska and Colorado played in the 90s. I mean, my dad would talk about it. That was the game to watch. So,
just the tip says skill, not skull. That's the whiskey talking.
But in terms of the Barry Sanders talk, yes, I agree with you. I'm a Barry Sanders truth. I think he's like, you could argue him as like the greatest NFL player.
I would 100% say Barry Sanders, one of the greatest running backs ever.
Yeah,
let's do this before it gets too late here.
Yes,
because I don't know what time we're actually out of here.
It's going to sneak up on us.
It's good. It says 5:45, so let's just do it now. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, on this date in Big George's sports history. Back on this date in 1989, the University of Michigan, who had finished third in the Big Ten Conference, prevailed to win the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship in a thrilling 1-point overtime victory over Seton Hall. Interim coach Steve Fisher was on the job just a mere 2 weeks when he won the title. Fisher had replaced Bill Frieder, who shockingly accepted a vacant head coaching job at Arizona State University just as the tournament began. So Bill Frieder clearly making the wrong choice there.
And I could be wrong, but that Seton Hall team, I believe Dan Hurley was on that Seton Hall team. So
really?
Little fun fact there. Yep. Yep. He played there.
Did you say fun fact?
I mean, I'm sorry. Cool fact. Interesting fact. I'm working on it. It's going to take time. You know, things like this is a process.
I don't know what time we're blowing out of here. It's I think it's 5:45.
Yeah.
So let's just continue until we hear the music, I guess.
That's right. We'll do it. Yeah. Okay.
Did you see another break in there before we go
I see it at 40, 50. 17,
okay.
40, 50 at the end of the hour here.
That's our break. Okay.
Yep, that's it. So
right.
I don't know if the music's going to start playing automatically or if, well, you know what?
Do you see the music on there?
I do.
Okay. Oh,
I see it
it'll start automatically.
So I see it. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Right. So let's get, speaking of the Final Four.
Yes.
Let me get back to it here. I think Duke's going to win.
The Dukies will win.
I think Duke will win.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
Man, so immature. Just kidding.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Had a little gas come up there. When you're my age, that just kind of. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I mean, you know what? We moved past it. You live and you learn. Yeah.
That happens all the time in big time radio.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Especially, yeah. Especially, I mean, when Jeffrey's around, it happens a lot. Yeah.
Only his is under the table.
Mine he's low key about
board. See what I mean? I'm above board.
Anyway.
All right. What about the other teams?
What
about the Gators and who else is it?
Auburn,
yes.
In a SEC matchup here. So they've already played this year. Funny enough, Florida beat them 90-81, and it was at Auburn. So in terms of looking at that game, Janai Broome had 18 points. He was, however, 8 for 19 from the field. Not very good. Florida's got two big old 6'11 guys in Condon and Chenulu, so they'll have those guys to guard Janai Broome. So Auburn has 4. They start Broome, okay, and they have 4 guys who shoot over 37% from three around him. So it's basically Janai Broome in the post, hope he commands enough double teams, and then that frees up wide open catch and shoot guys, right? Like Miles Kelly, Denver Jones, Chad Baker Mazara, all those guys are really locked down 3-point shooters. But what if Florida can take them one-on-one? Because that's what they did when Florida beat Auburn last time. Florida was able to take them one-on-one, and Auburn didn't get a ton of open threes, and Florida won. So that being said, also Florida rained it from three on them last time. Auburn couldn't guard them from the perimeter. Does that happen again? But I'll say this, the X factors of this game. The X factors.
Seems like we need some sort of a sounder for that.
We do.
Triple H's X factors.
Tahad Pettiford, Miles Kelly, and Chad Baker Mazara have been shooting 24 of 85 from three combined these last 5 games. That is 28%. If they want to win this game, those three need to shoot better.
I take Auburn in this matchup.
Why is that?
Because I think that Auburn is a better team. I think that, by the way, a moist one on the text line at 888-368-1580 says, condom on Broome sounds like a trip to the ER.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what he means by
I don't know what he means by that either, but do we really know?
I think that Auburn has been playing wonderful basketball, it seems like, all season long. They've had a couple of trip-ups, but Coach Bruce Pearl has got them moving in the right direction. I think Auburn moves on because of Broome and his comrades. They're all from Russia, that's why they're comrades. Because if they weren't from Russia, they wouldn't be comrades. But I think Coach Bruce Pearl has them all playing very well, and I think it's a Duke Auburn matchup
rematch
in the championship game.
They played earlier this year, and Duke won.
Duke's going to win everything. But Baker's cocky hen says Dookie will finish number 2 in his guess. But,
oh man. I mean, hey, I am picking Duke, and I'm going to pick Auburn. I'm with you, Randy. Can Auburn create off the dribble? That's going to be the big question. I think they have the guards to be able to do that. I also think Florida at times can be too dependent on run up the floor and chuck up a three. I think they can be a little bit too dependent on it, and I think that can hurt them. So with that being said, I am like 55-45 on this Auburn-Duke matchup. I mean, this Auburn-Florida matchup, such as Duke and Houston. I'm like 80 Duke, 20 Houston, to be honest with you. I mean, also another thing in that game, Tyrese Proctor for Duke been shooting 64% from three. That being said, Houston is the best defense in college basketball. They give up the least amount of points per game in college basketball. I don't think they've played an offense like Duke. I don't think Florida's going to be able to keep up with Auburn from three. I go back and forth on that, but I just lean Auburn. It's tough to beat a team twice. So yeah, Duke and Auburn. That's what I'm picking.
All right, so break down Auburn-Duke in the championship game. In your estimation, looking at both these teams, clearly they are the class of the tournament.
Right.
Who do you think ends up winning?
I think Duke ends up winning that game. I think it's going to be really close, though. I think Auburn is closer to Duke than people give them credit for. I think Duke has been anointed already by a lot of people as, they're going to win the national championship. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion at all. I mean, I think Auburn can learn and watch some film and learn what they did when they lost to Duke last time. Mind I tell you, it was at Cameron Indoor. I think they can put Broome on Cooper Flagg, and I think that can make things really tough for Cooper Flagg.
Does Cooper Flagg go to the NBA if they win the national championship, or does he return to Duke and try to win it next year?
You know what, Randy? That's a great question, because this is going to be – we're going to find out a lot about the future of college basketball by this draft cycle. Who decides to stay, who decides to go? Because we don't really know. I mean, 3 years ago, Cooper Flagg would have been a 100% lock to go to the draft. Now I'm like 75-25. I think if Duke wins the national championship, I think he goes. If Duke doesn't win the national championship, I think it could be 50-50, because the amount of NIL money these days, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but guys are getting offered like $2-3 million.
Oh, yeah.
Kid from BYU, AJ DeBanza, $7 million to go to Provo. Duke basketball, they probably got the resources, I'd assume. They are there's actually websites to which you can check this. Duke is the highest money-making basketball program in the country by like $10 million.
No doubt.
And so they have the fans, they have the funding, they have the build around, they have the resources to offer Cooper Flagg the amount of NIL money to come back. So you know what? If Cooper Flagg's like, hey, screw this, I don't want to be a Washington Wizard, I don't want to be a Charlotte Hornet, I want to go back and be a Duke Blue Devil and win a national championship and make a lot of money, a lot of bread doing that. I think that's a big possibility, Jeffrey. I mean, Randy. Oh my gosh. My apologies.
I'm Randy.
My apologies, Randy.
Jeffrey is way more handsome than me.
Jeffrey, I saw Jeffrey's right ear on my name, and I was like, yeah. Anyway.
Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago, says, did Northwestern or Illinois make it to the Final Four this year? No. Another bad year for Illinois basketball. Well, I mean, you can't have it all the time, Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah.
Just the Tip says, okay, for air. I just got my buddies who never heard you laughing like listening to you. You've made new fans. Harris ain't that great, but he's light years ahead of Eric.
Wow.
Thank you, Just the Tip.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Just the Tip. Remember what I always say. Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, even if Dookie wins, they're still finished number 2.
Yeah. Yep.
See, I think we got it last time. Baker's Cocky Hens.
Yeah.
Dookie will finish number 2.
No need to say the joke for a second.
If you have to explain a joke, it's not that funny.
Right.
Diamondbacks dude says, no love for Houston. I'm going for Houston to win it all. Got to represent the Big 12.
I mean, hey, you know what? Houston has been slept on pretty much all tournament. People looked at them as this is the vulnerable one. They could lose to Gonzaga. They could lose to Purdue. A lot of people picked Tennessee, and Houston has defied the odds. So I wouldn't be surprised if we turn around and Houston ends up doing it again, because that's what they do under Kelvin Sampson.
I will say that Kelvin Sampson looked a little bit surprised. Who did they play last game?
Tennessee.
It seemed like Kelvin Sampson was a bit surprised that Houston beat Tennessee.
I was pretty surprised by how they played. I mean, Randy, I was thinking this was going to be like a 1-point game. Like this game was supposed to be remarkably close. Two very similar teams, by the way. I thought the difference was that Tennessee had Chaz Lanier, who's like a really projected potential first-round NBA draft pick. I thought they had a little bit more firepower than Houston, so I was going to pick them for that reason. That didn't happen. That defense stifled Tennessee, so they could do the same to Duke. Just saying.
I just don't think they will, though. I don't know why. I feel like Duke has got a tremendous team. I think you're going to have to really, you're going to have to really do something special defensively to stop Duke.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I saw Tennessee blow out every team that they've played, from Kentucky to UCLA, very good teams by significant margins, winning by 20 the whole game. And they go in against Houston after looking great and absolutely just lay an egg. It could happen to Duke.
It's funny because I was looking at the mock draft the other night. Duke had like 3 guys going in the first round of the NBA draft.
They might have even more than that. I mean,
I didn't see a whole lot. I saw one guy from Auburn, and I think that was Broome.
Yeah, Broome's probably going to go first round.
And I didn't see there was 2 guys from Rutgers, Harper, the guard, and Ace Bailey. Yeah. And, I didn't see anybody from Houston going in the first round.
Yeah, and Florida's got Clayton and Condon, and so those 2 guys could go really high. Houston doesn't have that. Rutgers, interesting social experiment, if you will, because they had the 2 freshmen and no one else.
Yeah.
Kind of shows where college basketball is right now, right?
Yeah.
Transitioning from the one and done era into a more experience wins era. So just
Nolan Traore from San Quentin.
Yeah.
I was wondering, what was he in San Quentin for?
Nolan Traore?
Yeah.
What do you mean San Quentin?
San Quentin.
San Quentin.
The prison.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know, Randy.
It was supposed to be a joke. If you have to explain it, it's not funny.
I don't get it. Is that like, would Jeffrey get that?
I bet Jeffrey would get that one.
I was like, who are you talking about?
San
Quentin.
Quentin.
What's that? Oh, no, I don't know what that is.
Mm.
Beats me. Not sure.
If you're wondering who Phoenix is getting out of the draft, I don't see anybody in the first round.
Does Phoenix?
Oh, yes, I do. Ryan Kalkbrenner, the center from Creighton.
Oh, from Creighton. He's good, man. He's a hard worker. I mean, he's one guy that hustles, and yeah, he's legit. I mean, we love Ryan Kalkbrenner.
And when your bathroom is leaking, he could come over and he could do some caulking for you.
And then Benjamin Morrison can come in and paint it.
There it is.
There it is.
See, there's the connection. There's the two guys that are going to be on Phoenix.
How about that? Tied it right
Ryan
to the
Kalkbrenner and then Benjamin Morrison.
Yep.
Because they could do caulking and painting.
That's right. That's all you need in this society, Randy.
Triple H, another great show. Thank you for being here, man.
Yes.
Sorry that Ralph wasn't here today.
Know, it's hard to ask someone to be here that doesn't exist.
You're still going with that, huh?
I'm still going with it. Still going with it.
Anyway, all right. That's going to do it for this edition of the Daily Blender. We will be back on Tuesday, not Monday, not tomorrow, but Tuesday. Enjoy the all the action on the big flamethrower here on 1580 The Fanatic. For Triple H, this is Randy White bidding you farewell. We will see you again on the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warranty.